Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I am so late. I am ridiculously late. Yeah, Zonia, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I am like 2 hours late for this one, but welcome back to another See You Next Tuesday, where we're gonna go over the ice situation. It's going on because I feel like it's something that deserves a little coverage, especially since everyone's talking about it. What skipping what intro? Well, I was about to get to the "Hi, I'm Dave" part where I introduce the person that's with me. Like, you're ruining the vibe, Dave. It's all about the vibes. It's all about the vibes. But anyway, we have Dave with us today. Dave, say hi to the crowd. Also, some quick housekeeping. Normally I wouldn't be so late to a stream. Uh, can they not? I didn't do anything.
To yourself right now, as far as they can tell.
Can they hear you now?
There we go.
Okay,
Hi,
sorry,
I'm Dave.
I have Discord at a different audio because I was doing the thing. Okay.
Hornet's a dum dum.
Yeah, I am a dum dum.
He was talking to himself this whole time.
Sure.
Like a schizo.
Sure.
I wasn't even in here. I just got here. Don't let him fool you.
Listen, this is what happens when you run late. Everything just falls to pieces.
100%.
But yeah, we're going over the ice stuff, Dave. Dave, I know we talked about this a little bit, but initial thoughts before we dive into anything.
People are stupid.
That's
all.
Based. I agree with that conclusion. Now let's switch over to the screen.
Now we just got to figure out who's stupid.
Yep, we got to figure out what actually happened and then talk about, because to be fair, I think everyone has talked about the shooting to a large degree. I personally feel like people aren't really talking about the aftermath stuff as much, because the aftermath stuff is probably what's more interesting to me.
To be honest, I haven't really watched the shooting itself and all the stuff around it. I've more or less just heard everybody talking about it and realized that everybody's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so much better without the context. Like, just ignore the context of what actually happened and just listen to how divided people are and how R-word everybody is on their reactions to it.
Yeah. So we'll go through a quick timeline provided to us by the New York Times, because I think they have a pretty comprehensive timeline. Okay, so
it's a little biased, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is, Dave. It is what it is. Like this is the best that we can get. So
everything's biased. It's okay.
All right, Dave. You're up for reading first.
Oh, I gotta read.
You gotta read.
I don't know how to do this. Federal agent shot and killed a 37-year-old Minneapolis resident, Alex Jeffrey Peretti, at about 9 a.m. Central Time on Saturday morning. A video shared with the New York Times by a witness and her lawyer, as well as other video footage posted on social media, documents the violent scene where agents appear to fire at least 10 shots in a span of 5 seconds. The footage seems to contradict the Department of Homeland Security's account of the encounter, which the agency said began after an individual armed with a handgun approached the federal agents with the intent to massacre them.
Based, yeah. So obviously, if you haven't seen the video, I'm not gonna play it here. I just don't like. So, at this point, if you haven't seen it, you haven't.
What I'm assuming happened is Danny DeVito comes running up, pulls out his Glock and his 9,
blasting,
and just starts blasting.
Yep.
So that's what happened here, obviously,
Yeah.
to massacre all the police.
Yeah, like
and
that
ICE
that
agents.
that is the government's take on the situation. So this man, Mr. Peretti here, showed up with
Sounds
armed
sounds logical.
and
Sounds
dangerous,
logical.
ready to take on the world. But as like to point out, this is 48 seconds before the shooting. You have the civilian with the orange backpack, civilian in brown coat, immigration agent, and Mr. Peretti. He was filming the scene. He was in traffic. People have been arguing about the legalities of whether he was violating some sort of law or obstruction. These people have also people are arguing about them obstructing. So it's based. People are arguing about every little situation, every second about this. So, I personally think that yes, they shouldn't. The most likely thing is like they shouldn't fucking be in the road. But if you're gonna be in the road, I don't know if that's enough for what happens. So, but we'll get to overall points after we get through. Video show a small group of civilians standing in the middle of a street where a person was detained on the ground. The civilians are speaking to federal agents. Mr. Peretti appears to be filming the scene, and he walks closer to federal agents while holding his phone. Then an agent shoves two civilians from one side of the street to the other, pushing them forward towards a white SUV. By the way, there's a person in this SUV. That's fucking surprising to me. This is the shoving incident.
Seen all the other pictures that have been popping up that are AI generated.
Yeah.
Those are ridiculous.
People are going crazy about this. Like,
I know.
I'm sorry. There's just so much evidence at this point that it's just kind of hard to fucking.
My issue is people are like on both sides are retarded with this. Because like one side's just trying to ramp this up to like actually be a civil war. And the other side's also trying to ramp this up to be like a civil war.
Yeah.
And everyone's retarded.
I
needs to shut the fuck up.
I think this is a rare moment, though. I will acknowledge that this is kind of a rare moment where we have kind of both sides meeting in the middle and being like, this is
fun.
Fun.
We should.
Yeah.
Obviously, you already know, which we'll get to.
Yeah. Obviously, there are outliers, right? But I'm saying in general, like even Tim Pool, a popular fucking podcaster, fucking was just like that. Yeah, this isn't right. We have Asmongold fucking being like, this is some like I forgot the wording he used, but fascist though. Like this is how you start a fascist regime. I was like, god damn.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, not everybody is as dumb as they act.
Yeah.
At some point, people have to drop the mask and be like, okay, this is actually stupid. Like, chill. Like, I honestly think Asmongold plays up his stupidity. I don't think he's as dumb as he pretends to be.
Yes, for sure.
So he definitely can have these moments of extreme lucidity.
Yeah. Also, we forgot to say hi to chat. So, what up, Jeremy? What up, Crab? What up, Nuxus? What up, Zonia? What up, Chuck? What up, Smokey? What up, Struggle? How you guys doing?
I'm Dave.
But yeah, I feel like this is just one of those moments that I clearly we saw what happened, and we're gonna get into why that's a problem. But ultimately, yeah, it's just that we'll get into it. Just to highlight again, this is the white SUV described. The civilian with the orange backpack and gray coat was being pushed to the ground. You can clearly see it here. Mr. Peretti is right here. This is where the people are saying that he engaged the ICE officer. There is a slight moment where it appears that Mr. Peretti did touch the ICE officer. I wouldn't say necessarily shove or fight, but it does seem like there was some contact there. Right. I think if you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea. I haven't seen the video. We should watch the video.
Again, not gonna play
it. I tried. Sorry, guys.
There's too much there that I was just like, I didn't clip it beforehand, and I should have done that yesterday, but I did not do that. I was supposed to be clipping it while we were doing, but I got busy for like a second there. So, for a second time, the agent pushes the civilian with the orange backpack. The civilian falls to the ground near the white SUV, as shown here. She falls to the ground. Mr. Peretti is trying to help her, civilian in the brown coat, and the agent is pepper spraying them. Right? Again, in the video, it highlights when he pepper sprays her, he steps in between and then gets pepper sprayed himself. Right? So I think that was pretty obvious from the video. I don't think we have to go much into that. I'll let you read this
nerds
part.
Stay away from the armed officers. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Let's be smarter than that.
All
Keep your distance. Stand there with your signs and shit. Sit in the sidewalk and yell and do your megaphone and stuff. But don't like get in the face of the people. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's reportings that they were.
Unless you're Joe Cool,
there is.
Then you can go get in their face. But
yeah. I'm just saying that there is like technically that is covered under your First Amendment.
To a point.
To a point. Obviously.
Unless you're obstructing with a current investigation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what we call obstruction of justice, and you can get a legal charge for that.
Yeah, like it would have to do something at that point, right? I don't think necessarily just talking to the ICE agent, because multiple reportings have that the two women were speaking with the ICE agent, not necessarily screaming. Apparently the whistles were from the sidelines. Did not know that when I first viewed the video, but that's what the reporting is saying. Again, there's more is gonna come out about this. I just don't think that there's gonna be anything that exonerates the situation to the way that it's being framed to the general public, right? Dave, I'll let you read this part.
Yeah, I get to read again. Hold on one sec. I'm on the wrong screen.
From the top.
I don't wanna. All right, where we at? All right, Mr. Peretti tries to put himself between the DHS agent and the two civilians. Footage shows the same agent squirting pepper spray in the direction of Mr. Peretti's face. This agent will later fire shots at Mr. Peretti. Mr. Peretti is holding his phone in one hand, and he holds his other hand up to shield himself from the spray.
Okay. We can clearly highlight that in the... This is Mr. Peretti. This is the agent, or is pepper spraying him. You can see the spray coming here. He's helping the civilian on the ground. Civilian brown coat is also trying to help, because at this point, I don't know. People have made an argument that he was detaining her. I don't know if shoving someone to the ground and then pepper spraying them is detaining. Right.
Well, I don't know. I'm not seeing the video, so I can't tell you.
You really want to watch that
what
video?
The judgment is. I don't know if I don't watch it. I can't make a judgment on that. Like I told you, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the pieces where the actual shooting happened.
Yeah,
I don't know all the lead up stuff.
The beginning part is there. Okay. So someone could get us that video then without the actual shooting in it. That would be much appreciated.
I'm trying for you guys. I'm on your team.
And then we have
Mr. We want to know the truth. We want to know everything.
I just did because we weren't really gonna focus too much on the shooting itself. So that's why I'm just
yeah, but if we're laying the groundwork, we got to lay it properly, right?
Okay. That makes sense.
So I can either bootlick or
bootlick or not bootlick. That is the question.
Yeah. To bootlick or not to bootlick. That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune. Anyway, moving on. Hamlet can come later.
Okay.
And we are seeing Mount.
Okay, Dave, we'll watch it.
All right. I'm here for it. Let's go. What the heck?
And we are seeing mounting fallout over the latest deadly shooting by federal agents in Minneapolis. This is video.
Before Peretti steps in, Peretti is then pepper sprayed in the face by an officer while holding
yeah, but what happened before that? I need to see what happened before that.
We
Hold up.
literally saw the thing. What are you talking about? We're talking about this aspect of it.
What led up to the lady getting pushed? What was she doing before that?
She was talking to the officer. We saw that.
But was she just talking? I didn't see.
Yes,
see it.
she was just fucking talking.
No, you fast forwarded through it all.
Okay, understandably, you know the reason, right?
Reason what?
Okay, god damn it, I hate you, Dave.
George Floyd? A knee on the neck. Sorry. Porno, what happened?
I'm looking for it.
Oh, my bad.
Because you're very specific about what you want to watch, so...
I need to see everything. How can we lay a proper groundwork if we don't know what's happening?
Well, we know what's happening.
I don't know. I know what's going to happen.
You watched the video. I fucking hate you. That's why.
What video?
The multiple videos.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Legit, I just watched one video of the shooting and like
Okay. So
I knew we weren't gonna watch the actual shooting on
This
here.
is Alex Peretti before the shooting, right? Talking with the ICE officer. Recording him. Nothing going on here. Right? ICE officer begins to shove Peretti to the thing, right?
Well, I'm not worried about what he does with Peretti. I want to know what I want to know why he pushed the lady in the orange coat.
Because they were talking to him. That's it. Like,
yes, but you're not just talking and then push somebody.
That would be the obstruction part of this.
There has to be something else in there beforehand. Like, were they? I don't know how to explain what I'm asking. Is there not video footage of what happened before the push, or
there is video footage of it, but it's very specific footage, and that's why I have to fucking search for it.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's probably not that important.
It's not important. That's why
I just want to know if it was right that the officer pushed the lady or not.
Like,
oh no, what did I do? See, I was talking and I wound up making a whole bunch of stupid stuff. All right, go on.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm.
I struggle. I'm Dave.
I hate Dave. Okay.
That's the goal.
I was gonna say I can share my screen real quick if you want.
Okay, I have it.
Perfect.
Okay. Here's the video, Dave. The two people are approaching. Correct. Begin to talking to the ICE officer.
Okay. Well, that lady looks like she's yelling or something. No, she's definitely blowing a whistle.
The whistle's from the sideline.
I just saw her put it in her mouth.
You can hear it if you had like headphones. It's coming from the side, not from
well, yeah, there's probably also a whistle over there. You can literally see her putting her fingers up to her lips.
He's waving traffic through. And then ICE officer begins to shove them.
I'm hoping Mr. Peretti's like, hey guys, get out of the street here. I mean, he's recording. Do we have his point of view?
Shoves it. Starts shoving them. There's no point of this.
So we don't see what she does to antagonize him.
Nothing. Like literally, we see this.
We don't know. It's not on camera at that time. The camera's looking somewhere else. We can't see what she's doing over there.
He shoved her, right? Shoved them. Like you can clearly make that out, Dave.
No, you can't. We're looking at snow right now.
Okay. What do you think is happening here? Why do you think he turns?
I don't know what happened before this.
Why do you think ICE officer turns here?
Did she throw something at him?
No,
I don't know.
Nothing was thrown at him.
How do you know?
Because there's video of the other side, you motherfucker. I hate you, Dave. I
need that video.
You said you did not want to litigate the fucking shooting. Why the fuck would you want to litigate the shooting?
I know, but this isn't the shooting.
This is the fucking. Oh my! I hate you.
This is the lead up to the shooting.
Okay, I hate you. I actually hate you.
True, Nuxus. True. See, Nuxus.
Can I show him the video I got then?
Yeah,
this is from a completely different angle.
Because this is.
Yeah, that's true. Look what she's wearing. She's wearing like military garb. She wants to fight. She's there to fight.
Can you send me the link as well so I can post it for the chat to see?
Oh yeah, I downloaded this. This is off of Reddit.
Oh, okay.
Is this dangerous or no? Like, is this?
Not till like we get about like the halfway mark.
Okay, let me.
Gotcha.
Let me move the screen.
Yeah, you're good. I got you.
Let me get the screen pulled up for sharing in Discord.
There's no slurs being yelled at or anything. That's.
And yeah. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep.
I got you.
Oh, Hornet.
Dave's like, yep, I'm ready.
Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I hate you, Dave.
It's my first time seeing any of this. I didn't watch any of the lead up shit. I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was a woman in an orange coat involved.
That's why I was just like, you were like, I don't want to litigate the shooting.
Probably a they them. I didn't want to litigate the shooting, but I do want to litigate this.
Damn, even assuming that they're they them. That's great.
Oh, okay, go do the thing.
Hey, I didn't want to offend them. Oh Jesus.
He's just shoving them.
These are the people. Yep. So these are the people that are that you see in the other video. You see, this is them.
Walk
the
up
ICE
to
agent.
them, and then the ICE agent proceeds to tell them to get off the road and start shoving. I don't know why that was so hard for you to understand.
I don't why. Yeah, but I don't know why that lady walked up to the officer in the lady in the white coat.
I don't know why that's important.
Well, no, it is important because there's a reason he pushed her on the ground. She's walking up on him.
Or you were like,
stupid.
You were like, maybe he threw something at her. Like, I'm just like,
no, I'm at the orange coat. You still can't see why he pushed her.
So you're
You're
saying that he's kind of like justified in the sense that he encroached his space. That's what you're saying.
I think he's fine for pushing her on the ground there. If she's literally coming up on him, yeah. While he's talking to people.
Wouldn't you say that he's pursuing them?
No. Well, now he is. Now it's different. Now it changes, but
as we showed here, they just walk up and they're talking to him. They're not really doing anything to him.
Is that bear spray in her hand?
I hate you. I actually hate you.
No, it looks like a thermos.
I think that's bear spray. Have you seen bear spray? That's what bear spray looks like.
But that, like, legitimately, they walk up to him,
what do you think,
and then the shoving
like bear spray?
And then, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
So which one of these is a man and which one of these is a woman?
The woman in the gray sweatshirt and the brown sweatshirt are women. Alex Peretti is the guy standing there, like this guy.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
one with the camera.
Yeah. So obviously everything that led up to this, we've seen. Okay. Can we get back to the timeline?
Yeah, we're good. Can we
get back to the timeline? Okay.
Thank you for your assistance, Struggle. I appreciate your help.
I do appreciate that. Fucking Dave.
He left, but his stream is still there. Weird. All right, I'm back on yours.
Okay. So, Mr. Peretti appears to be trying to help the civilian with the orange backpack. Stands back up as ICE agent continues to pepper spray the group, as we saw in the video. Mr. Peretti holding his phone, highlighted there. Several agents grab Mr. Peretti, who is still holding his phone. Additional agents approach to try and pin Mr. Peretti to the ground. Agent in the gray coat and multiple agents while he's in the fetal position. Now, Mr. Peretti is surrounded by a group of 7 agents, some of who have wrestled him to the ground. One of the agents, who wears a gray coat, gets closer to Mr. Peretti. The agent's hands are empty as he reaches for Mr. Peretti, while the other agents hold Mr. Peretti down on his knees. At the same time, another agent strikes Mr. Peretti repeatedly with a pepper spray canister.
It does make a good bludgeoning weapon.
It does.
However, I don't know why you're bludgeoning a man who's in the fetal position. That's pretty R word.
Pretty dumb. Pretty retarded.
Yeah.
We can say
pretty
retarded.
Unnecessary.
We can say retarded here.
I know. I'm just trying to hold off for the beginning.
Yeah.
But now you've broken the R slur.
Yeah.
And I will say it.
We're like 25
retard.
minutes in, dude. We're like 25
All
minutes.
right, all right.
So we're good.
All right. I've stalled long enough.
Yeah, you stalled long enough. All right, so obviously we see here the civilian in the brown coat is helping the civilian with the orange backpack, in the gray coat, right?
And the retards are retarding. There you go. Now I'll say it.
The agent unholsters his weapon as soon as they lay line of sight on Mr. Paredes' weapon, right?
Sure.
Because the guy in the gray coat finds the weapon, and an eighth agent joins the group. The agent in the gray coat appears to pull the gun from Mr. Paredes' right hip. The agent then begins to move away from the skirmish with the weapon. At the same time, another agent unholsters his firearms and points it at Mr. Paredes. Like, the problem with showing this part is, like, I don't think that I'm allowed to show someone die.
Nope. Probably not. I don't think YouTube would like that.
Yeah, so not gonna show that part. But
join us on Patreon if you want to see the uncensored version of this YouTube.
Yeah, join us.
Kidding. We're not doing that.
But we see here the picture that the agents had disarmed him at that point, right? Now there's arguments out there that are saying, and I feel with like 99% certainty that the firearm did discharge. That this was the first initial discharge, right? That the guy that ran away with the because there's a reaction after the fact.
We believe, yeah,
there's a reaction after the fact where you see him move to the side as if like something had just gone off in his hands. You also see a puff of smoke, and if you zoom in carefully, you can kind of make out the ricochet of the bullet. So there's that aspect.
Allegedly, this gun does go off. I don't know if it's because the officer is using poor trigger discipline and has his hand on the trigger for no reason, or just because it's a really shitty gun that has a tendency to go off if handled improperly.
Yeah. I mean, we can argue whether it would be negligent or not, right? Like,
I'm honestly hoping it's the officer's fault right now, because, it's otherwise it opens up a whole another can of worms that I don't want to go into, but
yeah, like if he had poor trigger discipline and it went off, the negligence would go on his part, and then it would go. This would open some level of like manslaughter culpability for him, right?
Well, gross incompetence and negligence, at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which could lead to a manslaughter charge, because if your gross negligence went to a degree where someone was killed, it could lead to that. So we see that the agent in the gray coat removes the weapon and the scene. It matches the profile of the gun the DHS says belonged to Mr. Paredes. Then, while Mr. Paredes is on his knees and restrained, the agent standing directly above him appears to fire one shot at Mr. Paredes at close range. He immediately fires 3 additional shots. The diagram shows the position of the agents and Mr. Paredes and other civilians at the moment. So as we can see here, 2 civilians pushed by the agent, the lamppost, witness, watch. Dude, imagine being this witness and this witness.
Yeah, now, a little scary.
The agent that shoots first is this one, the one that was next to the gray sweatshirt guy. This is the gray sweatshirt guy. Is this is the gray switch? Was there a guy behind him? Oh, there was a guy behind him.
Mr. Miyagi gives the best advice for how to stay out of this type of a situation. The first rule of self-defense is no be there. Stay away from these areas. Do not go in there.
Apparently we have a zoomed in. Oh yeah, we have the zoomed in version of this. Let me see. Well, now I have to move my Discord share screen. Oh god, that is so zoomed in. Resize. Okay.
I don't see anything.
Well, because it's I'm playing it directly from Discord.
All right, then I'm just gonna pop open your stream so I can see it.
Yeah, this is just the discharge part. Like me and you already watched this part.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is just so people.
Well, what she's saying, I think she's saying it's zoomed in, so you don't have to worry about seeing anything that we can't show.
Yeah, like you can see as firearm goes off, you can see the trigger, you can see the slide be manipulated there.
Oh yeah, you can see the slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that.
I mean, it's still blurry as fuck, but yeah, you
yeah.
can definitely see that slide move.
Yeah. So definitely like that seems like a discharge. It's whether he like it's hard to make out
I really
whether
can't tell where his finger is.
Yeah, it's just hard to make out where his finger is there. That's kind of the issue that we're like a lot of this is going to be grainy, right? Like we're not going to have everything. So now like if an investigation would be important to figuring that out, but I don't know if we're going to get one of those, but we'll see.
Yeah, stupid if we don't.
Let me close that up. That was on full screen, so I didn't share DMs or anything.
And maybe a public trial would be nice.
Okay. Yeah, we went through the diagram. Additional shots are fired. You see the two agents here who will fire at Mr. Peretti as he's lying on the ground. I don't think that was necessary either. But several agents have moved away from Mr. Peretti, but this all happened within a closed time span, right? So it's not like unreasonable.
Yeah, it's all like within 5 seconds.
Yeah, so
like everything is happening within 5 seconds.
There is a slight pause between some of the shots, but I don't know if they're analyzing or what. Several agents have moved away from Mr. Peretti, who has collapsed. Another agent, the same one who shoved the civilians into the street, pepper sprayed Mr. Peretti, unholstered his gun, and fires at Mr. Peretti. The first agent also fires additional shots. What?
Huh?
Hello, hi.
What up?
G'day.
Hi.
Welcome. Nah, is Modern Man allowed in here?
Yeah.
Who? Sorry, I don't even know who. Pretty much anybody's allowed.
There you go.
What up?
Hi, I'm Dave.
What up, Landry? What's going on?
Andrew.
Whoa.
There he is.
Welcome to the stream.
That's crazy. I
Wait
got like sucked into here like a portal.
Yeah, that's how we work.
That's how this
Cool.
works.
It's all magic. Welcome
Right
to the
on,
stream.
Yeah, ice, dude. How about that ice? Am I right?
Ice is crazy.
Yeah. We'll see. There's a lot of ice here in Ohio. It's like all over the ground.
Oh, yeah, that kind. What about the other kind?
I don't know anything about that other kind.
All right. Is the stream not about the Gestapo?
Yeah, it is. It is about.
Well, I don't believe it. I think Gestapo's a little bit inflammatory there, but
yeah, we're just
continue.
We're just going over.
You have different perspectives.
Yes, and like me and him disagree on like some of the aspects of this. But the main...
I'm kind of playing a little bit of devil's advocate just because somebody has to argue the other side, but I'm gonna be less immediately critical, and I want obviously more information. I want to know all the information.
Yeah,
I don't like making assumptions on partial information.
Yeah, I want the actual investigation to go down, right? Like instead of the DHS fucking being like, "Oh, we're gonna investigate ourselves."
But regardless of what my points of view are on anything that happens, I don't believe the dude should have died regardless. I don't think he did anything that was deserving of death or even real police interference.
And we're just kind of going over the timeline of events during the shooting, and then we're gonna move on to like the reactions to this because that's been the interesting.
That's more what we're focusing on is the way people are reacting, the things that people are saying, the absolute retards that have takes that are completely contradictory to any points they've ever made in their history of them being on YouTube.
Or not even just YouTube. I'm also going to criticize, mostly going to be criticizing like the department heads. Yeah. Because I think that
thing about retards.
I think that's a gross negligence, like on their part as well, right?
Retard's gonna retard.
Because to be fair, I think this is creating a powder keg moment. But we'll get into that. Well, let's finish the timeline. At least 10 shots appear to have been fired within 5 seconds. By the moment of the 10th shot, the agent who moved away with the weapon had crossed the street. Mr. Peretti is the second person to be shot. Yeah. That's all fluff. So, because I'm not going to litigate the Renee Good stuff. I'm just not going to litigate it right now.
No comment. Yeah,
So,
sounds good.
As we saw the timeline. Dave, any initial thoughts before we get to first person talks about this?
No, we're good. We're good. I got my idea of what I think here. I think I'm pretty set.
Landry, any takes?
I mean, I have takes about like ICE in general. I kind of steer away from the general talking point. Oh, so and so died. This person died, because it seems to always be heavily politicized in a way that's just to get emotion. Squeeze. It's louche. It's mainstream louche.
That's one of my issues. Is it is very sensationalized.
Always.
And crafted to their whoever's perspective is talking.
Yeah, but the problem is now we have a perspective that's speaking to both sides, right? Like,
somewhat.
We're saying, yeah, like obviously there's going to be diehards on both sides, right?
And like there will always be side tangent arguments, like, so should ICE just stop arresting illegals, or
or defund?
I don't know.
Defund ICE or abolish ICE, right? Like those are going to be.
And then when you defund ICE, then you stop having the money to take care of the prisoners that are in ICE detention centers, and they start dying, and like there's a lot of things that need to be talked about.
Yep. There's nuance to like why like we would talk about ICE, right? But it's in general, this situation right here, I don't think has a lot that could pull the general public off of it, right? I think this is like a blatant moment, or we're seeing a powder keg moment that just keeps escalating.
Kind of.
But yeah, let's move on to Kristi Noem's press conference on this.
Oh, great.
Is she still South Dakota?
What?
Did she get she was the governor of South Dakota at one point? I don't know if she moved on from that role.
Shoot, she is the department. She's the leader of the DHS, the department head.
Okay. There we go.
Thank you for being here. There are two different things that I'd like to discuss with you tonight. The first one being a storm that is barreling down on our country and will be impacting approximately 250 million Americans in 40 different states. We've been working together here at the FEMA headquarters and have opened our National Response Coordination Center and are working with local.
Yeah, that ice sucked as well, but we're here for a different type of ice.
And state authorities to make sure that we're getting individuals and communities pre-deployed resources that they may need, and also preparing them for the upcoming days, which will significantly impact them and their citizens. The Trump administration and FEMA are working closely with them to get them information, to get them resources, and to help them be prepared and well equipped for the road ahead as we go through this next week. But before I take any questions and give more details on the storm and its impact, I do want to address the tragic situation that we saw in Minneapolis today that unfolded on the streets. It occurred with DHS law enforcement as they carried out their lawful duties to keep Americans safe in the threat of criminal illegal aliens in this country. At 9:05 a.m. Central Time, the Department of Homeland Security law enforcement officials and officers were conducting targeted operations in Minneapolis against an illegal alien whose criminal history included domestic assault with intentionally inflicting bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene.
All right, we can pause there. We'll continue the press conference.
That's a perspective that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know where that came from.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Technically, none of what she said is wrong, but it's very misleading. Like,
I don't.
Yes, he was an armed suspect, but he wasn't brandishing, he wasn't menacing, he wasn't like the firearm had nothing to do with what was happening at the time.
And when they tried to disarm him, I don't think there was a violent altercation with him. I think he was in the fetal position.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, no, I think aspects of this are just not.
It definitely was not an altercation. Like, no, Kristi Noem is kind of stupid in this. All right, cool.
There's more. There's more. You wouldn't believe it.
Wait, there's more.
But yeah, just the blatant fucking lying to the American public is kind of like one of those things where you're just like, oh, fuck.
We're doing this now.
God damn it. Because I don't want to jump the gun too much.
I'll listen.
But at this point, if they're so willing to lie to the general public about what's actually going on, right? Like how the situation played out. Like I don't know why people would ever stop recording now, right? Like any ICE interaction at this point, it just kind of has to be recorded.
I feel like everything should be recorded. I think we should never discourage recording. Well, the body cams are still required, I believe. Well, actually, I don't know if ICE is, because they've been just carrying
there is body cam footage.
Regular phones.
There is body cam footage for this one.
Okay.
It just hasn't been released to the public.
Gotcha.
So the
thing is,
body cam.
The cops angle is actually way worse than the angles that we have to look at this.
Yeah.
Which is also part of the problem altogether.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, if this is going to continue, if ICE is going to continue to operate at this capacity, right? Like where this is happening, then unfortunately, I don't think that civilians should stop recording it, right? I don't think that's an obstruction. I think that's keeping the law honest at this point.
Yeah, but also you should keep your distance.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, don't put yourself in danger, right?
Don't walk up on an officer like the lady in the white coat.
No,
don't do that.
Do I think...
Not that I'm blaming the white coat lady for dude dying, but I am blaming her for her getting pushed into the snow down by the car.
Yeah. Now, do I think that was a bit excessive? Yeah, whatever. I don't really care about that aspect, right? Like, people... cops have always done that to a certain degree.
If you're walking up on somebody in their line of duty, then they have every right to push you out of the way.
To remove you out of especially if you're in the street. Yeah, technically you are putting yourself in danger, right? If you're just standing in the roadway, especially when people are guiding traffic through. I
got to get my boot licks in when I can, you know.
So, there's obviously that aspect of it, but it's just not something that I'd be like, eh. But let's continue.
The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID.
You're retarded. I fucking hate you. Don't go there.
Dave,
don't.
Where are we going, Dave?
Don't.
Do you want to expand on that?
Okay. Listen, if you're a Republican, for one, if you are a advocate of the Second Amendment, maybe she's not. Maybe she's anti-Second Amendment. I don't know.
There are several pictures of her holding several guns.
Yeah. But as a Second Amendment advocate, don't start talking about how much ammo he has. Don't talk about it being bad that he had a gun. You're all retarded. And you're not. I know she's not the only one that's going to go this angle. Yeah. But don't. Why are you going against a core principle of your... All right. Just let her talk.
Let's see where she goes with it. Let's see where she goes with it.
Maybe she's not 100%
a situation
retarded.
Where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement. About hundreds of protesters then showed up at the scene. They began to obstruct and to assault law enforcement officers. We saw objects being thrown at them, including ice and other objects, and a rampant...
Ice and ice?
They threw ice at ice.
Ice would be thrown at ice, guys. Insane. Insane.
That's kind of funny.
Assault began, and even an HSI officer agent's finger was bitten off. Crowd control measures were deployed to bring safety to the public.
Insane.
At a different part of a city, like the.
It's still kind of insane.
It is kind of insane. But you want to know what's crazier? That guy didn't shoot somebody.
I know. He should have.
Like-
No, just kidding. Kidding,
Like-
kidding.
Like
Don't
that guy
shoot
got
anybody.
his full ass like fingertip bitten off, and he didn't kill anybody. Crazy.
No, that's what we call
Public
trigger
and to law
discipline.
enforcement at the scene. And once again, I want to remind everybody that this situation and this
Well,
tragedy
I think
did
the
not
reason
have to
that he didn't shoot is because the finger was gone. You can't shoot if you don't got a finger.
No, well, maybe.
Sorry, I don't mean to make light of a bad situation, but that's
Listen,
how I cope.
this is how we're gonna cope with this.
It's
Unfortunately,
bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. This
Yeah.
is my coping mechanism, but
No, this is not a great. This has not been a great look. Oh,
Landry was even uncomfortable and ran away. See?
Yep.
happen. Our law
You can't
enforcement are
take my
doing
base
everything that they
take.
can to protect the public. We're praying for this deceased loved one's family and friends, but we also recognize that the Minnesota governor and the Minneapolis mayor need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. They need to evaluate their rhetoric, their conversations, and their encouragement of such violence against our citizens and our law enforcement officers.
Lady,
I'll
you
remind
need
you
to
that
take
Governor
a long,
Walz
hard look
today
in the
in his
mirror.
press conference said that our officers were not even law enforcement, which is a lie. He's called them the Gestapo. He's encouraged
Unfortunately,
I think people calling him the Gestapo are like literally just drumming up demons. Like,
the problem is it's hard to make arguments that this isn't like some state fucking like some Fed fucking sanctioned operation when you don't.
well,
have
it is
any...
Fed sanctioned, but it's not. Gestapo is very different. They were rounding up people to kill them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
I it's not a 1-to-1
This
comparison.
is not. This is not. There's no intent to kill the people. It's just to send them back to where they belong, in their eyes.
Yeah, but I'm saying when they operate with impunity, that'd be the question there. Right?
I also don't believe that they should be operating with impunity, though.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. That's why people have been comparing them to the Gestapo, because like they are just generally not fucking like most officers have to take some sort of course to de-escalate a situation, right? I don't think shoving women to the ground is the de-escalation tactic that most officers would use. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, it's fine. I think that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. Like,
yeah.
shove her to the ground. If she's literally coming up on your back while you're
For sure.
having an engagement with
For
somebody
sure.
else, then
once-
she is actually obstructing
For sure.
you
but
in your course of duty. You
Yeah,
can push her. I don't
okay.
give a fuck.
that's fine, but like when you pepper spray her while she's on the ground and then proceed
base.
then pepper spray the other person, that's just like, whoa, what are you doing?
No, again, don't pepper spray people who are already subdued.
Yeah, like that's just like, what is the point there? Like, if you're gonna make an arrest, I understand shoving someone to the ground, right? But that was not the intention there. The intention was to shove her to the ground and then pepper spray the shit out of her. Which is when when Mr. Peretti stepped in.
I still don't think Mr. Peretti should have stepped in.
I 100% think that if a law enforcement officer is doing something that seems unlawful, I think that's kind of one of those things where you kind of have to say something, right?
But if you step in, you're also
you're accepting
yourself at risk.
accepting the risk, right? Like at that point. So they're
Not that he deserves to die, but he is putting himself at risk at that point.
I agree. I agree that you are accepting the risk, right? To yourself at that point. Now, I think it is, if you do see something like this happening, if you intervene in some way, I don't think that necessarily gives you the right to fucking beat the shit out of them and fucking cold hard or whatever the fuck happened, right? But ultimately, yeah, I just don't think the ICE officer in that situation was acting in a way that would.
And I also think they
be
jumped the
worthy.
gun, tackling dude to the ground and putting him under arrest. Like, to be honest, he didn't really do anything
Yeah.
aggressive.
Like, there are people
Like-
arguing that he assaulted the officer.
But he didn't. Like, he literally just turtled.
Yeah, for sure. But I heard Connor this morning debating with Pisco about it, right? He called it battery because if you put one finger
God.
on a
This is very weird.
It's
I never
battery.
thought I'd be on the left side of Connor.
Yeah, well,
What
that's
the fuck.
That's because it like I think in Florida that is like if you lay one finger on an officer, I don't think that would hold in court, right? And he very much argued that he's just arguing from a point that what would be said from the officer to like a police report, right? So he
Like IA or whatever.
Yeah, so he very clearly highlighted that point, but I'm just saying that when you call this battery, when you call like someone touching you battery, I think that
So he's not using it to like validate it. He's just saying this is what could be used as
this is what's gonna
defense.
this is what's gonna be used as the defense for a legal mechanism, which would make it a lawful killing.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like that. I'll give him is like I'll steel man the position, right? Like that is the best position. What up, Joe Cool?
Hi, Joe.
Yes, and I also heard that he was wrestling with people. I think Grid One said that he shoved the person.
Grid One is a problem right now.
Yeah,
from my understanding.
I just there's a lot of things that people are like speculating on, and I kind of I'm just like, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious what happened in that video, right? Like I don't think it has to be explained to this degree that we normally explain these things through, where I have to go by step explaining every little aspect of it, but for some reason we're here. Because we're doing the Kyle Rittenhouse thing again. Like, unfortunately, that's where we're at again.
We're un-Kyle Rittenhousing.
Yes. But let's continue to hear Noam out.
All right. Yep. Oh God, she's not
residents
done.
and citizens and violent rioters to resist. He's doxed their identities, putting themselves and their families' lives in jeopardy. He's refused to turn over murders to federal law enforcement officers. He's protected illegal criminals and protected them from being brought to justice, and even overseen a historic, unprecedented theft of American taxpayer dollars. Tens of billions.
Is it choppy? I think it might be just choppy in Discord because.
Yeah, your internet is effing.
Well, no, my.
Oh no!
I think it's just Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Chat, let me know if it's choppy.
Billions of dollars were stolen under his watch, and he allowed it to happen, and in some instances may have even facilitated it.
Zonia says it's not choppy for them, so it might
just
be.
Perfect,
it's
perfect.
just Discord.
That's fine.
In other cities and states across the country, we don't see this happen. Local, state, and officials work with us to make sure that we're making their streets safer. I'll point to the city of Memphis, which is where there is a Democrat mayor in place. He worked with us and our federal law enforcement officers, and we saw murder rates drop by 50% because of that partnership. We've seen historic lows in the criminal acts that have happened in that city. We've had the same amount of law enforcement officers there, but a very different result because of the leadership in place. Last week, ICE did over 2,000 different operations, and we saw people be brought to justice and the American people made safer because of that work. We don't have this.
So we got clear justification of it, right? Like, oh, shit's gonna happen, right? Like that's the message that we're trying to get across.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
But
on the bright side, at least now the Minnesota police are working with ICE, so hopefully it won't happen again.
Well, there's a big issue here, right? Because
I don't know. I'm just hoping.
Let's not litigate the Renee Good stuff, but let's talk about like the investigation part of that, where the state was like pretty much not allowed to investigate that.
Yeah, I think that's something that we need to do. We need to implement a new separate agency to investigate these things that is not attached to the executive.
Well, normally the Fed usually cooperates with the state level, right? Like usually that's what happens. This situation, the DHS has pretty much been like, no, we're going to handle the situation internally, and that's going to be the way we're going to be doing this moving forward. They did it for the Good situation. They're doing it for this situation.
Here's the thing. If there was like a history of them doing this internally and coming up with convictions, I would actually back that, like the way that the police have internal affairs, because Internal Affairs actually does convict a lot of police, fires a lot of police, gets them out of there. And so, like, I kind of believe that Internal Affairs does its job when you don't have a precedent for that in ICE. It's hard for me to trust that.
Yeah.
Now, if, say, ICE, their internal investigation goes and this guy gets relieved of duty and maybe sentenced with some kind of charge, like 10 years or something, I'd give it a little bit of credit. I'd be like, okay, they can, and I will allow them to, not that I have any say whatsoever, I'll allow them to internally investigate things. But to this point, nothing that's happened has been internally investigated and brought to a peaceable resolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And to be clear,
I'll give it a little bit, but
the ICE officers that were involved in the shooting were on patrol the very next day. Like it would be
problematic. There should be an immediate removal, like they do with police. In a police involved shooting, they pull them off of the patrol and stuff for at least, like, I don't know exactly how long, but at least X amount of time.
Yeah, you have to pass the psych eval, right? That you're given after the fact to be like, okay, is there anything traumatic that happened? Are you feeling
even if
right?
it's fully justified, they still have to go through all of that.
I think
it's anytime they discharge their firearm, they have to. Yeah.
Yep, that's why it's one of those things where I'm just like, I would have a lot more confidence in the DHS if any of the things that we talked about were applied, right? But none of that is applied, so it's just like, yeah, I can't trust you for, especially when you're coming out here and basically being like, yeah, he's an agitator that's gonna kill people. I think later on she also calls him a domestic terrorist, which I was just like, it's a little much if you ask me.
Now the real question is, though, did he cross state lines to get here?
I don't think so.
Sorry. Moving on. Sorry.
It's been a while since we had the Rittenhouse arguments, man. Wait, let me see if I can find that.
While our nation's best are giving their blood, sweat, and tears in Milan.
Here.
Premium.
Okay, this is the domestic terrorism quote, so let's pull this back up.
Oh, great.
Minnesota as a domestic terrorist, is that something you agree with, and have you seen any evidence to
When you perpetuate violence against a government because of ideological reasons and for reasons to resist and perpetuate violence, that is the definition of domestic terrorism. This individual who came with weapons and ammunition to stop a law enforcement operation of federal law enforcement officers committed an act of domestic terrorism. That's the facts.
Where's the evidence?
That's a lot of assumptions there.
Yeah.
Considering he never brandished a firearm or used it in any portion of his time there. Like, okay. That's pretty stupid. Stop bringing the weapon into this.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with the weapon.
The demonization of him, of Alex Peretti, like immediately, is one of those things.
Discord's cutting out.
Is it?
Shit. I don't know if chat can hear me.
I think they can. I can hear you, so they can hear you. Dave? Oh, god damn it. David. Well, I guess we lost Dave. Okay, when he gets back, he gets back. I don't know when. But yeah, this has just been like a shit show all the way through, and to have the government just immediately label this guy as a domestic terrorist, does not rub the right way, especially with the narrative that they're trying to go with, that he showed up at the event or protest or whatever you want to call it to inflict harm without any fucking knowledge of that's what was going to happen is ludicrous at best and malicious at its worst. So, and that's kind of like the part that I'm truly trying to highlight here, that that's what makes this a powder keg moment, that the trust has been so diluted in how we operate. Dave, are you back?
Right, my internet went out. I just came back.
Okay. I thought that was a me issue, and then I was like, oh no, everything's good on my end.
No, I missed a lot of it. My internet went out. I don't know what happened exactly, so it might happen again. So be careful. I am in Ohio, and we got weather advisories and stuff.
Yeah. I'm just talking about how this became a powder keg moment, where it's like the erosion of the trust between the government and the general people was going to lead to more people showing up to these events with like filming, and it's going to piss off ICE, which is going to lead to more situations like this happening, right?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, for the record. That people recording the police should never be an issue, and if it ever is, then that's when the police are the issue.
That's when you literally have the Gestapo. Like I don't know what else I would call that at that point, right? And it seems like we're getting really close to that situation where, like, again, to hear Kristi Noem, the head of the Department of Homeland Security, telling us that this guy was there to inflict major damage to all these ICE officers, and then we watch the video and it's just some dude in the fetal position. It is just one of those moments where you're just like, I don't know what the fuck to do here, right? And I think even the Trump administration understands that this is a bad situation, because they removed Kristi Noem, right? And then they removed Bovino, who we'll get to later, and put in Tom Homan, which great, I guess. I don't know if that will fix anything, right? Because the situation at hand is that these ICE officers do not have the proper training to be out here.
Correct.
I just don't see an argument that can be presented that would even give like a little bit of validity to what they said, right? And now apparently the FBI is investigating it as well. But
we're good. At least somebody outside of the DHS is investigating it.
Well, here we go, Dave. Let's move on to the next clip.
Oh God.
Is the director of the FBI, Kash
I
Patel.
probably spoke too
Director,
soon.
thanks so very much for being here this morning. And I know that this is a DHS investigation, but there is outrage across the country that there is another killing. Someone is dead at the hands of Border Patrol. What can you tell us?
Great to be with you, Maria. And look, Secretary Noem stated it perfectly. You do not get
I'm
to
not
attack
getting the clip.
law
What the heck?
enforcement officials
hold
in
on.
this
Can you
country
restart
without-
it? I apologize.
Okay, we'll start out from the Patel part.
Okay.
What can you tell us?
Great to be with you, Maria. And look, Secretary Noem stated it perfectly. You do not get to attack law enforcement officials in this country without any repercussions. You do not get to do that in Minnesota, LA, or anywhere else. And the interagency is leading the charge out there. We've already arrested with the interagency those that violated the FACE Act and impeded a peaceful prayer in church. We've already just last night arrested 4 more individuals involved in the damage of government property that we saw the videos of online. We've arrested other individuals who've made threats to law enforcement online. So we are not messing around. It doesn't have to be in person. If you threaten law enforcement officials or civilians, we are going to come find you. And as for this latest shooting, yes, DHS and HSI are the lead, and the FBI is processing the physical evidence. So we're in possession of the firearm, which is going to go to our laboratory. But as Secretary Noem said, no one who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with 2 full magazines. That is not a peaceful protest. And
All right, Dave.
Who's this guy? Who is this guy?
Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. the other guy that's investigating it. So
fire him too.
Unfortunately, it seems like this investigation is gonna go nowhere.
Right? No, dead ass. Fire that guy. Fire that guy. He does not have my best interests at heart.
Yeah, no, we kind of knew that when he was put into place, but
I'm just saying, fire him. I don't want him.
Yeah,
get rid of him.
So now we have the FBI,
not a real patriot
director, fucking basically being like, "Hey, you do not show up to a protest unless with a loaded weapon."
Second Amendment right. He must go.
Yeah, or even backing Kristi Noem. I would not be doing that publicly, firstly, because that shit is deranged. Like what she said. I don't think there's a possible thing that I can like look at that would make that okay. Or not be a blatant lie to the fucking American public, because that's basically what's happening. Like the thing that everyone was worried about, right? The conspiracy theorist always like the government's lying to you, blah blah blah, right? That shit's actually happening in real time, and we have like physical hard evidence.
Well, I mean, the government's always lying to you. Yeah. Don't ever assume that they're not.
Yeah, for sure, right? But like, there's never been clear. No, I'm not gonna say never. There's rarely any clear moments where we see like it so blatant, right?
Yeah.
Like I think a good example would probably be the Rodney King situation, right? Where we saw a group of officers beating a man to death, and they tried to tell us it was something else. So
it happens, just not quite to that level usually.
Yeah, it just. And that's why I'm just like, also like, I just like this, just to get back to the recording thing. Like, yeah, I don't think it's in the best interest of the general public to not record these situations. Does it put them at danger? It shouldn't. Like, it really shouldn't.
No, this should be what you're expected to do in this situation. Record to protect yourself. I do the same thing when I'm at work. Like, I record things to protect myself.
Yeah.
If I'm ever gonna have an interaction, I make sure I'm somewhere that has a camera. Yeah. No, I don't take any risks.
Yeah, but
as well, any civilian shouldn't, and they shouldn't be encouraged to.
Yeah,
that is one thing I will encourage you. If you are stopped by law enforcement, do record if you can. At least ICE. I mean, regular police, they have to have their camera on. And honestly, if they turn it off, you win.
You win. Unless you die. Oh, but then your family wins.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're going to die, you're going to die either way.
Yeah.
And you recording isn't going to help that.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, I just don't. I just don't
currently, with the fact that they carry around their cell phones to record people. I don't necessarily trust that they all have body cams.
They don't.
So I don't know.
They don't all have body cams.
And that's kind of problematic to me as well. Yeah, I feel like anybody who is a law enforcement officer, I think the body cams are the best thing to ever happen to law enforcement.
Oh, Christine!
Protects everybody.
And Thrav was I just don't know, dude. I just don't really know what the correct assessment here would be moving forward. Like, what are you supposed to do as like
record everything?
Like, but the problem is like, I heard Rob Noor talking about this the other day, right? Because Wick said something like, we got to go out there, we got to record, we got to like make sure this shit doesn't happen, right? And Rob Noor's like take on it is like, you're asking people to put themselves in danger.
You are. If you're asking them to go out and with the intent to record, you are. I just say stay home.
Yeah. So like there's that part, and then there's the aspect of like, how honest do we want to keep ICE? Like, right.
I mean, I want to keep them as honest as possible. I think transparency is like supposed to be one of the like main priorities of this administration. Let's keep that a priority.
Yeah. I mean, I think we are far beyond like any transparency. Like, But
like whether you believe that they're being transparent or not, it needs to be like
Yeah.
that is that there are things that were more transparent than they used to be, but this definitely needs to be one. Anything policing related needs to be transparent. We need as much transparency as possible. Keep them honest.
yeah, any investigation should be done with like state officials. I think we and you both agree there. They should be cooperating with Minnesota and following what, like, I think it's the 8th district that keeps them under. Like, they should be following that. But there's just one of these things where I'm just like, I don't know what the prescription would be, because here's the thing. I don't think that ICE is an issue that should be removed, right? Getting illegals out, not really a big issue for me. The way they're conducting themselves at the moment seems to be the issue. I kind of wish we would go back to like something like we saw during the Obama years, where it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of finding people, and then a lot of like gathering them, right? Strategically, right? Not just wide sweeps to see what we can catch.
Maybe. I'm not gonna assess because I don't really know. Obama, I don't know exactly how he did it because nobody was questioning it at the time.
Well, that's
Obama might have been just as bad. Who knows if his situation was just as bad.
If we would have seen Ray, like the Republicans would have never have been able to shut up about that. Let's be honest. They talked about his tan suit for like 2 months, Dave.
Yeah, but they didn't have a problem with deporting illegals, so they weren't gonna like harp on that or look at that negatively.
Maybe.
That would have been one of the positive things for them for what he's doing.
Maybe, but I'm just saying, like during that time period, it was a lot of paperwork, at least from what I remember at the time. From what I've looked at the time, it seems like it operated very differently than it does currently because massive raids hasn't really been a thing, right? Like I don't think there's ever been, even during Trump's first presidency, I don't think I remember a time where there was massive raids going on all over the place, right?
Well, until now, nobody was ever pushing back against them.
Massive raids, probably people would always push back. Like you're always gonna have the libertarians that are like, this is a violation of like the Fourth Amendment, right? You're always gonna have people that are gonna be pushing back against it. Now the scope is the difference here. What up, Cree Dog?
But you never were trying to stop them from doing what they're doing, which is what the movement is right now. Like people are trying to stop ICE from arresting and deporting illegals.
Yeah,
like that is the goal of the people.
Yeah, for sure.
Involved.
Yeah, like that's why I'm just like, that's why I'm saying like I think the effective way of doing that would be through like again, like a lot of people hate it, but it's through paperwork. Like you basically find where this money's coming, where it's going, blah blah blah, or where certain social security numbers are being used. I know that's a tactic they've used before. And then you basically set out little traps where you can basically grab them, right? Not necessarily just wide scope raids. Like I think that achieves way less than like gathering a bunch of like actual criminals and people that are using like if you want to gather cartel members, that's probably the best way to go about it, right? You're probably never gonna fucking actually just get them through like some sort of random ass raid. So and the thing is, I'm not against ICE. I think ICE is a very important part of like the country, right? Like especially when we're talking about criminals that are crossing the border and all these things, right? Like I'll acknowledge that, but like I don't know how much of a focus I want to have on that, right? I think personally I've always been more of like making sure the border is secure with like not necessarily with a wall, but with like actual tech that would be very useful. Like what is it, 1 in 3 cameras are down on the border. It's just like, okay, why aren't we fixing that infrastructure? Why is the money going over here? This makes no sense to me.
Agreed.
So
there are things that we should do better.
That's why I'm just like there are things that you can do that would achieve the same objective that you're trying to get with less interaction with the general public, because right now what we have is a numbers game, right? The more they're interacting with communities and the general public, the more likely that something like this is going to keep happening, right?
Kinda, yeah. I give you that.
So I think I think it behooves them to actually go that way instead of like doing these massive like raids that are like, we're not even competing with Obama's numbers right now. Like, and if the goal is to get the 10 million or whatever number that
we need to up those numbers.
What the problem is, like, you also, when we're upping those numbers, you have to remember that reducing ICE trading from 16 weeks to 47 days is idiotic, right? Like, there's very little things that I can trade you in 47 days.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So, like, it's just, you're asking for a shit ton of problems with very little results, and I just don't think that weighing it with a cost benefit analysis, like, I don't think it's worth it. And to be clear, I know that Trump polled very well for this immigration stuff, right? But we've seen the polling drop. Like, it's not something that's holding. Because, again, when you have American citizens getting shot, that's kind of like where Americans start viewing stuff.
Yeah.
They're
not even killing illegals.
Yep.
Agreed. That's fucked up. Yeah, I mean, killing illegals would also be fucked up. Don't get me wrong.
It would be super fucked up,
but it's indefensible.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, it's hard to say that, but it's kind of indefensible what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And even though they're trying, I think it's retarded.
Well, yeah. But let's continue on. I just wanted to show Kash Patel being like, okay, this is the guy that's going to be...
Kash Patel is stupid, and he needs to be fired right now.
Yeah. I don't know why he's in charge of the
Stop
FBI.
fucking up gun rights.
Yeah.
Like... liberals are going to get a win one way or another. Either the Republicans are going to start banning guns, or ICE is going to get shut down. One or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Yesterday, here in Minneapolis, a crowd of violent agitators tackled an ICE special agent when one of our special response teams went to assist. A protester literally bit off part of that agent's finger. The media work hard to create chaos and fear instead of using their platforms to reassure their communities. This is the result.
Law enforcement never wants to see a bad consequence due to a poor choice. Many videos out there, many different accounts that you may see, that I may see, that anybody here may see. That, folks, is why we have something called an investigation, to take what you're talking about, to take those videos, to take witness statements, to take officer statements, all those minute details that will paint a true picture, not a freeze frame concept, and paint a larger picture of what really happened. Speculation after 24 hours, you've got a lot of speculation in there. That officer...
I'm sorry.
I agree with this portion. Hold on. I actually agree with this portion. He's saying we've had 20, as a public, we've had 24 hours to look at this stuff. These guys had to react in a split second.
Yeah.
It is a difference of perspective.
Yeah.
And also we have a wide angle of what's going on. The officers on top of this guy, all they hear is a gunshot, like right on top of them.
Also, gun. Like
and somebody yelling gun. These are a bunch of things that are not gonna be good.
The best steel man for them is that this was negligent at best, right?
Yeah, it's obviously some level of gross negligence.
Yeah. Best case scenario. I don't
believe there's any kind of malicious intent. Like I don't believe that they're set out to kill this guy. It sucks that it happened, and I'm not happy about it. And they do need to have some kind of repercussions for it. You don't just get to like somebody ended and nothing happened. Like that's just not how that works. Needs some kind of retribution, retributive justice. But again,
yes,
it's not completely the officer that shot him's fault. It's the fault of a lot of people. It's a confluence of a lot of things in that scenario.
In a very split amount of seconds, right? That's why I'm just like,
gotta get a little bit of a piece of it. But to be honest, the guy having a gun, zero culpability for him having a gun. There is not a problem. He did nothing wrong by having a gun there. That is his right as a U.S. citizen. Unless he's a felon, which I don't believe has been stated.
No, he's not. He is not a felon. Legally can carry, right? People are arguing whether he was legally carrying that day because in Minnesota you have to have an ID to carry, right? Apparently he didn't have his ID on his person. Whoever's making
it would still be irrelevant to what happened. They don't know that. They wouldn't have known that ahead of time while they're wrestling him on the ground. It's not like they're like, hey, give me your ID. No, boom. That still wouldn't work.
It doesn't factor into the scenario.
That's not how that works.
Ultimately, that like if you look it up, you can look up the stature. It's what is it? It's a $25 fine with no forfeiture of the weapon, and he can get expunged as long as you go to court. So it's basically a jaywalking ticket. Like, so like if the people that are trying to make the legal argument whether he was legally carrying that's retarded. I don't understand why we're even making those arguments.
Yeah, no, that shouldn't be.
The legality of that is just so fucking stupid. I'm just like, oh my god.
Let's think of what those agents were doing on that scene, making a split-second decision. You had 24 hours to try and armchair quarterback things. That agent had a split second to make a decision. Again, the investigation is going to uncover all those facts, things like how many shots were fired, where were the weapons located. All those facts are going to come out in the investigation.
By the way, we knew after day one where the weapons were located. Like it's kind of sad because he's like what he's saying makes sense, right? That we shouldn't be quarterbacking it, but unfortunately, everything was kind of laid out in those videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see the gun removed, very visible, right? Like that's not something that like I could say that I don't know where that gun went, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
agreed.
For most of this, I'm sorry. Like it is as plain as we see it. The shoving of the lady.
I think I'm losing my internet. I might be disappearing here. I apologize.
Oh, you're good. The shoving of the lady, then pepper spraying her, unnecessary. All it was just like a series of bad calls, which seems to be like the direction that ICE is going. So I don't think there is a plausible way for this to be like, oh, an investigation is going to clear this right the fuck up, right? Like, I don't think I'm going to receive a perspective that's going to change what we saw in that video. Like, the only thing that could happen is that one of the officers was negligent, discharged a shot, and then the other officers reacted, right? But even then, I have to stop and say, okay, they stopped in the middle of their shots and then continued to shoot. So I just don't. There's just no possible way that, like, most of the time I wait for like some sort of like judgment call, right? Like I like usually wait for a court to rule on something or before actually like going for it. Rittenhouse,
but we don't know if we're gonna get that.
Yeah, Rittenhouse was like one of the few times that I actually like vocalized before we even got to court because I was like, this is dumb. And the people that were making the arguments during that were fucking dumb as fuck. I think you remember those, Dave.
Yeah. I remember I remember the entire, because I was watching the live feeds on that day of all the riots that were going on because people were like just showing them on YouTube and stuff and Twitch, and I was just bouncing around from recording to recording of people, and like I saw everybody start running after a gunshot. And it's like, oh shit, what's happening? And then you're getting all these angles coming in, and for the next like 10 hours, everybody's speculating one way or another what's going on.
Yeah.
They showed like honestly, they got the best angles on that one pretty early.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I was just like, even early on, I was just like, yeah, I don't think they were trying to prove that the intent was to show that he was going to show there and be violent, right? Which I don't think that's necessarily true. He was going to defend the property after that came. Like, we had multiple things to file in that one, right? That was a little bit more obscure than this. But this situation, I just don't. There's not much that I could fucking see that would be like, unless we get like a crazy note from Alex Peretti being like, yeah, I was there to murder all of them, or some crazy shit, right? But then I'm just like, how did the government know that at that point? Because now I have to question everything. So we're kind of in a shit situation where
Sorry, my involvement in the stream is not going to be the best. I am cutting out so bad.
Oh, you're good. Hi, Lauren. No, hi, Lauren. Okay. But yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you. My bad. Hi. I just wanted to put in context because I kind of just timed it out watching. So literally from the time that the ICE agent comes into contact with Alex, it's roughly 26 seconds time between that and then the...
Yeah, it was. It's 48 seconds from the interaction of the women with the police officer to the shooting. Yeah.
But when they come into contact with Alex specifically, it's roughly about 26 seconds.
Yeah,
and so
there was.
It's important, I think, for people to understand how quickly, obviously, that is. For like, I mean, that's a very, very, very fast situation to be in.
Yeah, for sure. But there's also video of him beforehand interacting with the ICE officers. They were telling him to get on the street. So like there's plenty of stuff. Is again the situation as it stands. As the shooting went down, I don't think there's a lot of questions in a lot of people's minds. And the problem is, like, it seems like this is a good way to go after concealed carry, and that's a humongous problem for someone like me who is very like much a believer in the Second Amendment.
Yeah, for me it's interesting because it's interesting to see the change of like the attitudes of people for like between 2020 and now, because I feel like we've had a lot of like protests and riots. And a lot of the ones done in like 2020, 2021, they, at least in where I was close to living, everybody had guns. I mean, people were carrying like semi-automatic weapons in plain sight, like all over the place. And nobody seemed to give a shit about that at the time. So it's just kind of interesting, the change in
the
narrative, I guess, from the right. So.
We're going to get to that. Because I think it's important to highlight that. Because I think this is like clearly what, like, unfortunately, this is one of those things where people will use this as one of the horseshoe theory is proven thing.
Yeah, because I'm apparently a Democrat now.
Yeah, but yes, I also did hear
because I'm pro gun rights.
To address the chat, yeah, I did hear about the broken rib from a previous protest. Hard for me to believe at the moment.
I'm starting to think they're just making up these excuses for these people now.
Yeah.
Like maybe that dude never even got hit with a car right before that. That's just the story that everybody came up with to excuse his actions.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, now the credibility of the government is at stake. And I'm sorry, like anything that they come out with, because unfortunately they were kicking the shit out of him. So he could have gotten a broken rib there, right? Like, I can't believe that. I can't just go off the story. Yeah. So,
okay, I came up because I didn't want you to be alone without Dave. So now that Dave's back, I'm gonna go.
That's fine. I'm probably gonna cut out again, judging by how this is going. So you might need to just stay on the ready to pop back in.
Nope, you guys are on your own after this.
Yep.
Good luck.
Well, that sucks.
Good luck.
Godspeed.
Okay. Let's listen to more Bovino since he got fired.
Yeah.
To the podium right now. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I'm Gregory.
It's a kind of badass uniform.
And I have the privilege and honor of leading United States Board.
Do I think the Signal chats are made up too? I don't know if they're made up, right? I'm willing to normally I'm willing to lend some sort of credence to these things. The problem is we are in a clear moment of like, okay, if this was an agitator, I don't know what he was agitating, right? Because it seems like he was recording, and then when those two ladies got shoved, he intervened. I don't necessarily wouldn't call that agitation. If he's recording them, then yes, because I believe the Signal chats refer to where the ICE agents were going to be. So I don't necessarily think that recording them is all that bad or an obstruction of justice in any way. Honestly, I think it would probably be beneficial. So I don't know.
You wouldn't be recording if you were planning on doing something nefarious, is
Yeah.
my assumption here.
I've seen most of the angles. I've seen the beginning, the first interaction that he had with the ICE officers. I saw the actual situation go down in multiple different angles, including the one from the car. And the aftermath where the cops are asking where the gun is. So I feel like I have a full scope of what's going on. So there's not, even in the first interaction that he has with police officers, or the ICE officers, the ICE officers are telling him to get off the road. They shove him back onto the road. Or even like escort him. I would even say shove. And he's recording that the whole time. That's where he continues to record, steps in the middle of the road. Yeah, I've seen the interaction beforehand. That's what I'm saying. I saw the interaction that happened beforehand, and it doesn't seem like he was an agitator in any way. It just seems like he was recording, and he can say shit to them, but I don't necessarily see that as wrong. It's protected under your First Amendment. As long as you're not obstructing them, you should be fine.
So what are we considering the agitation?
That's
what was the prior interaction?
Because
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
That I guess would be recording. That's why I'm just like, I don't know. Because he was... It might be, like, I'm just saying, like, at this point, I have to look everything with a side eye, because I'm just like, I don't know. So, the Signal chats, yeah, we'll probably get into those at a later date, because I don't know how much is actually necessary for what we're talking about. But we'll continue on with Bovino.
Border Patrol and Customs and Border Protection here in Minneapolis.
I'm willing to carry on somewhere
Some
and
of those
find out
brave
about the
men and
Signal
women of
chats.
Border Patrol and Department of Homeland Security law enforcement join me here today to show support for all federal law enforcement who have been under constant attack in Minneapolis for weeks now. This morning was no different. At 9:05 a.m. Central Standard Time, as DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien, Jose Huerta Chuma. You can see this illegal alien on the screen to my left and right. That is Jose Huerta Chuma, whose criminal history includes domestic assault to intentionally inflict bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Okay, this is another thing. The framing of this bothers me. He approached the officers while in possession of.
Yep.
He didn't approach them with the weapon, because that
makes it seem
gives
like he has it brandished, right?
Yeah, like it's drawn, like he's ready to use it. Sorry, I was reading Cree Dog.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, the framing has been off the whole time.
Disarmed the individual, but he violently resisted.
Again, we didn't see that. Like,
yeah, Cree, go ahead and send me the info or put it in our Discord.
Yeah, drop it in the Discord, Cree Dog, and we'll take a look at it. But yeah,
life and the lives and safety of fellow officers. A Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject.
I don't want to be on this side of this.
But the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID.
I believe I do. I just don't check it very often. It's the same name here, Avoided Hornet. You'll see my logo if you can find me on X. I never use it.
Mine's really easy to find. It's just Dave. I don't tweet much, but I do check it often.
I don't think I've ever tweeted. I think I have it.
Same as it is here.
Yeah, because they started doing the thing. Dave. EMP Dave.
Just the same way it is there.
Yeah.
This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, the framing on this is bothering me.
Yeah, that's just massacre law enforcement.
There is definitely some disingenuous framing. I mean, maybe there's somewhere in the signal documents where he says, I'm going to massacre. That's the only thing that might change my mind.
But these just came out. These just came out. Like, this is like at the beginning of this shit. There's no possible way you
I'm
can
just
know
saying,
that.
if it did say that, though, then yeah, it would be a little sus.
Yeah, it would be
But
sus. Now now I'm sus on it, because now I'm just like, fuck, you said this before, like, anything, right? Like, there's like, this is all you have to say in these situations is it's ongoing investigation. We're looking into it. Any questions?
The thing he went there
and then
to
avoid
massacre
all
them
questions.
I hate that everybody frames everything like calling them the Gestapo, saying this guy was going there to massacre people. Like, I hate the censorious framing of everything.
Yeah.
Or not censorious, that's not the word. Sensational framing of everything. They have to sensationalize everything and make it
The worst,
this grand.
Yeah, the worst optics that you could possibly ever come up with.
Yeah. Is it possible they fucked up and it wasn't intentional and they're not trying to murder everybody?
Dude,
of course not. In the minds of some people.
That would have been like that's honestly perfect defense. If you would have told me the gun went off accidentally, officers responded to the gun going off. It is negligent, but
a mistake was made.
Yeah, like that's fair. I could grant that.
The responsible parties will be held accountable for their actions.
Yeah, like that's acceptable. Everyone would be like, okay, cool. It would suck, don't get me wrong. People would still be mad. So, don't get me wrong. It would just be like, but we'd be more focused on like the training that these guys have, right? We wouldn't be focusing on the aspect of the government straight up lying to our fucking faces.
Yep.
And began to obstruct and assault law enforcement. Crowd control measures have been deployed for the safety of the public and law enforcement. This situation is evolving and more information is forthcoming. The officer was highly trained and had been serving as a Border Patrol agent
highly
for
trained
8
is
years.
relative.
The officer
for 8 years. That's also the problem. This guy's been on the force for 8 years.
Oh no, I'm cutting out again.
Like, no, you're good. At least here. But he's on the force for 8 years. Like there's some level of like, okay, if they're badly trained, then just remove them off the force. But if this guy's been there for 8 years, he had to go through the actual training, and he's just not implementing it. So it just all seems bad. It all just seems bad.
Sir has sucks that I'm cutting out again.
No.
I didn't hear any of what you just said.
I'm just saying, like, if he was there for 8 years, like he should have been able to implement some level of fucking de-escalation techniques, right?
Yeah.
It's just it.
Well,
this plays against them.
It's hard just because they're on the ground again. It's not like.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you see a fellow officer pepper spraying someone after
we're moving back a step at this point, like to prior points in it. This has already happened at this point. You can't rewind and redo it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you see a fellow officer doing something that is what would be unjust, right? And after they remove the person off the sidewalk, because I think shoving her off the sidewalk actually justified, right? She I can make an argument that she was potentially putting herself in harm's way because if they're pursuing an illegal immigrant, blah blah blah, whatever. Like, I can make that argument. But after the fact, to pepper spray her after that, it just doesn't seem like something you should do. Like there are multiple times if someone's been there for 8 years could step in and be like, yo, this is not how we conduct this. But again, this all happened with it very quickly, so I'll grant that much at least.
Yeah.
And less lethal officer. As mentioned, this is only the latest attack on law enforcement. Across the country, the men and women of DHS have been attacked, shot at, doxxed, had their family members threatened. And as we have seen more than 100 vehicle rammings over the past year against federal law enforcement. We will not allow violence against our law enforcement officers, and we need state and local help, state and local law enforcement, to help us coordinate to get violent criminals off the streets. Mayor Fry and Chief O'Hare just a few minutes ago did the opposite of that by omitting the fact that the suspect had a gun and magazines full of ammunition.
Because it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter.
Irrelevant.
It does not matter. He
didn't brandish the weapon. He didn't use it to menace or anything. It's irrelevant. He is a American citizen who has the right to carry a concealed weapon or shall not be infringed.
Thanks, Cree Dog. Yeah.
Thank you, Cree Dog.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb as fuck, dude. Like, to argue against the Second Amendment right now, and the problem is this leads to a very slippery slope where, yeah, people would I think the conservatives. Actually, I don't think conservatives would even be down for this. But if you could say we're gonna remove all the guns from the liberal, radical left, right? I don't even think the conservatives would be okay with this. But I honestly don't know anymore.
Depends who.
Yeah, it depends on from person to person, right? Obviously, I just don't think it would be largely accepted. Is what I'm trying to say.
Appreciate that, Cree.
But the moment we start removing gun rights to a select group of people, that means all gun rights are up for grab. Right? That's why we don't want that to happen. That's why having this dangerous rhetoric come out of being like, oh, he was there to potentially fucking do damage or whatever the fuck. I'm just like, this is literally something that you don't ever want to do. Because
nope.
I did that. I stood against it when people were doing it against Rittenhouse, because yes, I truly believe if you're there to defend your property, yep, you can possess your firearm. I don't give a fuck, right?
Yep.
So, like, I just don't know.
In what looks like a situation, again, where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and
This is one of my biggest problems with this whole scenario is just the attack on gun rates. It's so stupid.
Yep.
President Donald Trump, Secretary Kristi Noem, myself, Director Marcos Charles, and so many others have said time and again, if you obstruct a law enforcement officer or assault a law enforcement officer, you are in violation of the law and will be arrested.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, no one's arguing against that.
Probably both. I've made a lot of accounts over the years. I don't know which one I actually use.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I agree. If you're gonna actually obstruct, then yes, arrest them.
Yeah.
That's very different from fucking unloading a fucking clip into them. That's a whole different thing.
No, you fired. You're no longer here. Sorry. You know what you said. You know what you said. You sneakoed.
Oh. Clip.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Instead of a magazine? Yeah.
Our law enforcement officers take an oath to protect the public. We go to work every day to protect our friends.
Let's just turn a phrase, Dave. Just turn a phrase.
You're fired. You're fired.
Our neighbors and our fellow citizens. The fact of the matter is that the law does not enforce itself. It takes men and women who are willing to risk their lives to enforce it. The men and women of CBP and ICE, law enforcement, are highly trained professionals who love this country and do this work.
If they're highly trained, then this wouldn't be happening. Just all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Because they want to leave their kids and
could
their
be better
grandkids
trained. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, a better trained. Yeah.
I'll put it as politely as I can.
And secure. Questions?
Commander. All right. So we've heard from Bavino. We've heard from Kash Patel. Like, you're starting to get the narrative, right, Dave? That
Yeah.
This is starting to become, the crazed gunman shows up to a protest and decides to kill everybody, right? Like, this is the narrative that we're pushing.
Yeah, I'm not for that narrative. I don't believe that should be the narrative. It grosses me out that they're even taking that angle.
Yep. Now let's watch more Bavino.
God.
No, I didn't say that, Dana. I never said that. What I'm saying is we respect that Second Amendment right, but those rights don't count when you riot and assault, delay, obstruct, and impede law enforcement officers, and most especially when you mean to do that beforehand. When you mean to do that beforehand, when you show up to an active crime scene, don't leave the crime scene and you're armed, then you've got the decision-making process for that individual doesn't seem to be very good. Now, back to the Second Amendment. What you're saying about the Second Amendment is peacefully protesting with firearms. Absolutely, I've done that myself, and fully support that. But not
Have you?
When you perpetrate violence, obstruct, delay, or
because conservatives don't like it when you start talking about Second Amendment.
No, I do not.
Yeah, like he knew he ate shit there. Like he knew it.
I want you fired if you're gonna start talking bad about the Second Amendment. If you're gonna possibly put it in harm's way.
Yeah, it's just so dumb, dude.
or obfuscate Border Patrol in the performance of their duties in an active crime
Why
scene.
my first reaction was to say fire him.
He meant to be there beforehand. Again, Dana, he came there beforehand for a reason. Because he was there. It's very
To record, yes, for a reason. Otherwise, he would have brandished the weapon. I'm sorry. What kind of mind reading are we doing here?
evident. Oh. Absolutely. I didn't say it wasn't. And I didn't say it wasn't legal. But he cannot assault federal law enforcement when he does that. That's an active law enforcement crime scene that he decided to enter into. Dana, law enforcement doesn't assault anyone. Follow directions of law enforcement. Follow directions.
You can't also say that. Law enforcement can assault you. They can assault you. Do not believe that shit.
That's a bad statement as well.
Fucking A, dude. Like,
Trust no bitches.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like they're working with zero repercussions to the actions they perform.
I get where you can say that.
If you have your fucking head of Border Patrol saying this shit, I don't know what the fuck else we need to do. To fucking be like, hey, you can't be saying shit like this.
Agreed.
Of law enforcement.
Luckily, it was removed from Minnesota, so based, but still.
Good.
Active crime scene. It's very evident he didn't want to do that. Very evident that the other individuals didn't want to do that. And you know, it's too bad the consequences had to be paid because he injected himself into that crime scene. I can't say that.
Yeah, like we're not even doing this might be negligent on our part. This is crazy, dude. This is all crazy. Now, do we want to watch the full 17 minutes of that first one we watched? Or do you think we're good on that?
Which one? Sorry.
Bavino talking with the one we just watched earlier. Or does the... Because there are questions in here, but I don't think it's even worth it.
I don't know. At this point, I'm worried.
Yeah.
From a gun rights.
Let's move on to the Commander-in-Chief. What does he have to say about this? All right, Dave, your turn to read.
Oh, great. Time to hear somebody who can't read very well. Just kidding. This is very small. Hold on, let me explode it.
Do you want me to zoom in?
Nah, I should be able to zoom in. Oh, Jesus. I zoomed in a little too far. Oh, because you were zooming in at the same time. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's why. I was like,
Yeah.
All right. This is the gunman's gun loaded with 2 additional full mag. Isn't this the fake? Hold on. Is this the fake Trump tweet? Because there were fake Trump tweets that were circulating.
This is the Truth Social. On Truth Social. I'm on the website. Truth Social. Truth.
All right. We'll see. We'll see after the fact. I'm just saying because there were fake Donald Trump tweets that were going around.
Yep.
All right, this is the gunman's gun, loaded with 2 additional full magazines and ready to go. What is that all about? Where are the local police? Why weren't they allowed to protect ICE officers? The mayor and the governor called them off. It is stated that many of these police were not allowed to do their job, that ICE had to protect themselves. Not an easy thing to do. Why does Ilhan Omar have $34 million in her account? And where are the tens of billions of dollars that have been stolen from the once great state of Minnesota? I will agree with this part. Why does Ilhan Omar have $34 million all of a sudden? We are there because of massive monetary fraud with billions of dollars missing and illegal criminals that were allowed to infiltrate the state through the Democrats' open border policies. We want the money back, and we want it back now. Those fraudsters who stole the money are going to jail, where they belong. This is no different than a really big bank robbery. Much of what you're witnessing is a cover-up for this theft and fraud. The mayor and the governor are inciting insurrection with their pompous, dangerous... Oh, I gotta zoom out. Okay. Where did I go?
Arrogant. And arrogant.
I gotta find it on the screen.
Right here.
All right. I was looking way too high up. An arrogant rhetoric. Instead, these sanctimonious political fools should be looking for the billions of dollars. That has been stolen from the people of Minnesota and the United States of America. Let our ICE patriots do their jobs. 12,000 illegal alien criminals, many of them violent, many of them violent, have been arrested and taken out of Minnesota. If they were still there, you would see something far worse than you are witnessing today. Okay.
So
he lost me at the beginning, but he had me through the rest. The rest was okay.
Is it like
I didn't like the opening line. The rest is fine.
Do you think a dude dying is cover up for theft and fraud?
I don't think he's referring to the dude dying. I think he's just saying the coverage.
Much of what you're witnessing is a cover up for this theft and fraud.
Yeah, much of what you're witnessing is cover up for this theft and fraud. What do you mean? There is a lot of cover ups going on out there.
Like, come on, dude. Like, he's definitely referencing the situation, especially when you're talking about the loaded gunman, right? Like,
yeah, he immediately. Okay, listen. What came before or like after the talking about the loaded gunman? Ilhan Omar. That had nothing to do with the gunman. He had already moved on from the gunman. He was no longer talking about the gunman.
Yeah.
He had moved on to talking about the fraud.
Yeah.
So don't pull that bullshit.
But even after that, the mayor and governor are inciting an insurrection.
Yeah,
come on.
That's what he's saying. I get that.
Come on.
No, but
that's the situation. That's the insurrection that he's
happening,
referring to. That's the insurrection he's referring
saying
to.
that. Okay, no, it's not. He's saying that them encouraging people to protest is the insurrection and riot. The same way that he's using their rhetoric against them, because that's what they were saying he was doing, because he was supporting the people going to protest at the Capitol.
Yeah.
He's just pulling a reversal on them. Oh. I understand what he's doing in this situation.
Sure, Dave.
You don't agree?
I think that was just a shot of Ilhan Omar, and he needed a way to get it out, and he's like, "This is the way."
Yeah, but it had nothing to. It's not. I don't even think
it's about ICE. I just think that the important part is the gunman part. Like I was just like, why are we?
Yeah, that first part is stupid. He needs to not say things like that. That's gonna bother me.
Yep. Let's go on to the next Trump. Okay.
That is why I am hereby calling on Governor Walz, Mayor Frey, and every Democrat governor and mayor in the state of America, in the United States of America, to formally cooperate with the Trump administration to enforce our nation's laws rather than resist and stoke flames of division, chaos, and violence. 1. Governor Walz and Mayor Frey should turn over all criminal illegal aliens that are currently incarcerated in their state prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with all illegal criminals with an active warrant or known criminal history for immediate deportation. I agree.
Yep.
2. State and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens arrested by local police. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Wait, let's pause for one, because there's... What the fuck are they supposed to do? Like,
what do you mean?
They can help. They can help ICE, right? They can't turn over all illegal immigrants. It's an unreasonable ask.
Set the order. Yeah. What do you mean? It's an unreasonable ask.
What the fuck? You can't get them all
that are incarcerated. The ones that are in prison, sir.
Yeah, and federal authorities.
You can get them all. No, not and federal. The people that are in state prisons.
Jails to federal authorities, yes. Along with illegal criminals with an active warrant or known criminal history for...
Okay, so you're rereading it and realizing that what you were saying is wrong,
I'm saying the second part also is included.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
If they have an active warrant, that means they're looking for them. That's what a warrant is.
I understand what you're saying, but...
That's an unreasonable ask to turn them over if they can't even find them themselves, right? Like,
okay, yeah, but you know what's meant by that. Like
I understand.
That you detain or that you come in contact with, that you have, like, stop trying to protect these people.
Yeah,
obviously,
turn them over.
Stop! Don't be obtuse.
Listen,
sir.
I'm gonna be as obtuse as I want.
Moving on. 2. State and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens arrested by local police. Agreed.
Yep.
3. Local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted for crimes. Yes, mostly. It does make sense. I understand it. At the same time, they still need to not neglect their normal duties of catching murderers and thieves and stuff.
Yep.
4, Democrat politicians must partner with the federal government to protect American citizens in the rapid removal of all criminal illegal aliens in our country. Some Democrats in places like Memphis, Tennessee, or Washington, D.C. have done so, resulting in safer streets for all. Okay, kind of, yes, but not every politician is in a position that is relevant to federal, to like law enforcement. So
like America can only do so
and
much,
here
right?
comes the really long one that I don't want to read the rest of. Oh wait, I was already on that.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
In addition, I hereby calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation to end sanctuary cities, which is the root cause of all these problems. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding American citizens only, not illegal criminals who broke our nation's law. All of these requests are rooted in common sense and will provide the best possible circumstance to make America great. The Trump administration is standing by and waiting for any Democrat to do the right thing and work with us on these important matters of making America safe, like it is in all sections of our country where we are together with local leadership participating and involved.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't mind that. That one's okay.
Yeah. I need to highlight this before we go on to the next one.
I am sending Tom Homan, the decorated official by Obama, to Minnesota tonight. He has not been involved in that area, but knows and likes many of the people there. Tom is tough but fair and will report directly to me. Separately, a major investigation is going on with respect to the massive $20 billion plus welfare fraud that has taken place in Minnesota and is at least partially responsible for the violent organized protests going on in the streets. Additionally, the DOJ and Congress are looking at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who left Somalia with nothing and is now reportedly worth more than $44 million.
I like how that went up.
Time will tell all. Thank you for your attention. Maybe the number went up.Maybe she gained another couple million in the meantime.
10 million.
It's possible. It's possible.
10 million.
Maybe she was following Nancy Pelosi's investments.
Listen. Look at the date. At 5:31 a.m. Look at the date.
Bro, maybe
2 days beforehand.
Maybe she sold it. Maybe she sold it
beforehand. 2 days.
Maybe she sold a bunch of stocks and gained some money.
$10 million. Yeah. This isn't propaganda.
Stocks go up quick.
This isn't propaganda, right? Okay.
Nope, not at all.
Governor Tim Walz called me with a request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It is a very good call, and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength. I told Governor Walz that I would have Tom Homan call him, and that we are looking for any. We're looking for any. What the fuck is this? And all criminals.
Okay?
Like, dude,
you having a little trouble there?
This was looking. Look, we are looking for any. That's not a sentence.
Okay.
All criminals that, like, my brain just couldn't process it. I was like, wait, what are you saying here?
I still don't understand what it's saying, but
they
we'll
have
figure that out in a minute.
In their possession. The governor very respectfully understood that I will be speaking to him in the near future. He was very happy that Tom Homan was in Minnesota, and so am I. We have such tremendous success in DC, Memphis, Tennessee, and New Orleans, Louisiana, and virtually every other place in the country we have touched. And even in Minnesota, crime is way down, but both Governor Walz and I want to make it better. Notice he went from like these fucking assholes to a couple days later, very awesome person. Very awesome person.
Yeah, it's fine.
Governor Tim Walz, stand-up guy.
He's not, but that's okay.
Like, no, I'm just saying that's the direction that he went. it's so crazy to watch. I was like, wait, what the fuck? And it's probably because of the blowback this is receiving from the general public, right? I think that he understands that Homan is probably a better call than Bovino and fucking a gnome.
Agreed. 'Cause, you know, Homan's a very decorated officer. Yeah. Obama gave him like the Congressional Medal of Honor.
And he can talk to the public. Like he knows what to say. No. I'm not gonna
my internet's shitting again.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you were thinking I was gonna play a Homan clip. I'm just like, no, Coben hasn't actually said anything crazy. Thank God.
No, Homan's pretty good. He a good man.
But Dave, let's introduce this into the stream. I think you remember this situation.
The jury find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
The verdict, not guilty on all counts, magnifying the divisions in a deeply polarized America.
It was a case about self-defense, the right to protect oneself.
You cannot claim self-defense against a danger you create.
Kyle Rittenhouse came to Kenosha as a counter-protester. He says to protect property, following the police shooting of Jacob Blake last year.
Self-defense is somebody enters your house and they're doing you wrong. He was out on the street, he was a provocateur, and he had these people come to him.
You just emboldened all of these people that are filled with so much hate. They are now emboldened.
Rittenhouse was interviewed by Fox News after leaving the courtroom.
How do you feel, man? The jury reached the correct verdict. Self-defense is not illegal.
Throughout the trial, Rittenhouse was praised on
Agreed.
right-wing media.
When legitimate authority refuses to do
as he should,
sworn duty,
he did the right thing.
Yep.
And lionized by many politicians on
Oh,
the
who's
right.
that? Who's this? Who's this?
I actually don't know who that is. Who is that?
Vacuum.
And lionized
You don't
by
recognize the vice
many
president of the United
politicians
States?
on the right.
On the right? Ah, you're cutting out. Fuck. I know who the left two are, but I don't know who the dude on the right is.
No, I think you're behind. What the fuck? I'm looking at JD.
Huh? Damn it. Why is he got to cut out every time I'm asking questions?
This is...
I know who Vance is.
Yeah, this is...
Boy who
No, I meant the guy on the right. That's who I was trying to figure out who that was.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
No one else was doing it. It may very well be your baby boy that they come for.
Kyle Rittenhouse would probably make a pretty good congressional intern.
Kyle Rittenhouse is not guilty, my friends. You have a right to defend yourselves. Be armed, be dangerous, and be moral.
A lot of people would have been very angry in this country if that young man was
Who's this? Who's this? I wonder. Who the fuck is this?
I don't think Trump overall is going to have an issue with the guy bringing a gun. He just made a rash statement.
Dude, these department heads were very much on the side of, oh, you should bring guns.
He said something stupid. Well, I agree. You can. He has every right to. There is nothing wrong with bringing guns.
Okay. This is
it's your constitutional right. It's
loaded.
In the words of Brandon Herrera, your God-given right.
Loaded with 2 additional magazines ready to go. What the fuck do you think he's implying there?
For the record, what is that all about? You know, that's a good citizen. We're happy that he's willing to protect himself. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
You're fucking insane. You're fucking insane.
That's
this
what Mr.
stacked.
Trump means.
This stacked on top of the Chrissy Gnome comments and the fucking everyone else fucking talking about this. No, Dave. I'm sorry. That's what was happening there. That's why this moment was pretty important. I don't think people remember that we're on opposite sides now. Well, I'm not. I'm still on the technically.
I don't know
on the
what you're talking about.
I'm on the right side.
You're on my side still.
Yeah, but you joined my side this time.
Well, actually, I think a lot of the people on my side are just having momentary retardation. I'm hoping. I'm just hoping, you know. I'm hoping and coping right now.
Yeah, it's just not great. Not great.
Because it is pretty retarded when you're gonna go against your gun rights.
Yep.
Because it's not working out in your favor because you want to defend cops. That's kind of weird.
Who
Well,
launched
not
a
real
career in
cops.
politics
Though.
after pleading guilty to
Remember
waving
these
his gun
people?
at protesters last summer, showed
Yeah.
up at the Kenosha courthouse.
They were fine.
Photographed with two men flashing white supremacist hand signals. The verdict caps a week marked by signs of America's
Listen,
widening
okay
political
hand
divide.
is not a white supremacist signal.
It's not.
Or threatening the president of the United States.
After House Republicans
just means,
all
hey,
but
we're still
condoned
here.
the posting
We're
of that
alive.
violent video by Congressman Paul Gosar.
If I must join Alexander Hamilton, the first person attempted to be censored by this House, so be it.
What do you believe the action against Paul Gosar?
I agree with Crab. Wow, a gun take that I agree with Crab on. Holy shit. Hell has frozen over.
Yeah, exactly. Like if that's why I'm just like, oh, the magazines don't matter. I don't know why we're talking about the gun. It's so dumb that we went that way. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
The Conservative Party, the thing built on gun rights, specifically, the thing that they argue the most is the fucking thing they're conceding right now. Like, is there no line? Is there no line?
Not everybody, just retarded people.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm saying
it might be that Trump is one of those retarded people right now. I'm not afraid to say that.
Is there just no line, dude? Is there just no line?
Knock, knock, knock. FBI, open up.
Also, Scott Bassett went on to fucking, I forget what it was. I think it's Fox or it was NBC. He went on and is like, you do not bring a gun. And I'm just like, fucking A, bro. Like, how much of fucking Trump administration cocksucker do you have to be to turn on everything you fucking say? Like, this is,
Yeah, it's retarded. You can say it. Those are the words you're looking for.
It is retarded. It is actually fundamentally retarded. Because we say, don't tread on me. We violate.
Tread on me, daddy. Let's tread on me, daddy.
We're violating every fucking amendment at this point. What is left at this point? What do we have?
My impression of the new tread on me flag.
Because
I'm a slithery snake. Tread on me, daddy.
14th Amendment's gone. 4th Amendment's gone. First Amendment's gone. What the fuck?
You know, I'm starting to worry. Like, I'm not freaked out yet, but I'm starting to worry. We'll put it that way.
Yeah,
I'm still
the
for
problem
it.
is,
I still believe we need to protect our borders. We need to extradite the illegals. Get them out of here.
Yeah. Like,
That's how to do natural for day. Fuck you, Cree. Fuck you. I'm a slithery snake. Step on me, daddy.
That did sound very natural, dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dude. That shit.
Hey, the things I will do for comedy.
You may have a point, dog. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck
but no,
off.
like for reals, Dave. As a conservative, like me and you are politically opposed, right? Like me and you don't fight
Agreed.
a lot
on
but-
most things.
Yeah.
Most things. That
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I'm not full conservative. I'm not like ultra MAGA or anything.
Yeah,
but
and
there
I'm not a left wing like lunatic, right? Like that's what I'm
There
saying.
are
Like
plenty of topics that either of us go to the other side on.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what-
for
that's
gun
what I'm
rights,
saying.
you're on my side. For like the ability for trans people and gay people to be gay or trans wherever they are, as long as they're adults, I'm more on your side because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If people want to be gay, they can be gay. If people want to be trans, they can be trans, as long as you're an adult and you make the decision of sound mind, you know?
yeah, but like
Do
that's
your thing.
That's why I think we get along well, just because we are like opposed, but we like you're center right. I'm what people would consider center left. Even though I'm a liberal, I don't get how people get center left, but I think it's
Well, and we sound alike, so I mean that has
there's
a lot to
also
do
that
with it
part.
too.
But like, as the conservative here, like I need some sort of like justification to why the Conservative Party decided where they're gonna kowtown to like, because what are they conserving at this point? Like I don't understand the true like conservative outlook, because it's always been Constitution, right? Like that's
I have
always
an
been.
issue with all of this. Like none of this maps in my brain. It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
It's just not how we roll in the Conservative Party. It's not how we're supposed to, at least. So when you start restricting gun rights, then you've lost me. Like, it's just not what I'm here for.
Yeah. That's why I cashed for it. I think I think we've seen enough of the administration that most of them should be fired, right? Like Pam Bondi's handling of the Epstein files, fucking garbage. Like I think everyone on both sides agrees on that, right? Kristi Noem, I don't think she's good. I personally don't think she's good at this. Like I think she should be moved to like maybe like some sort of secretary position in-house.
Okay, of sound mind might have been the wrong term, but as long as they're an adult and capable of making their own decisions, not like the reason I said that is like if they're somebody that is institutionalized or needs to be because they have done something else, then maybe they shouldn't be altering their bodies. That's more where I'm going with the of sound mind thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean there are plenty of people
we don't agree.
That should not be able to make that decision.
If there are underlying conditions that lead to the gender dysphoria, right? Like me and you.
Like I'll say Chris Chan. Like Chris Chan, I don't know if that person's of sound mind.
Yep.
I don't know if they can make that kind of decision for themselves.
Yep.
This man raped his mother.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's get issues with that.
Kind of crazy, right? Like
I don't think they really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I hope.
I just think we have reached a point, and the major problems that I wanted to highlight today is not just the government doing this, right? Like blatantly lying, blatantly trying to go after something that fundamentally is conservative, right? Like that's something that me and the conservatives have always agreed on. Gun rights is something that I feel strongly about. So when I see that impeded in any way, I kind of have to be like, what the fuck are we doing, right? Especially when it's coming from the Republican Party, right? When it comes from like the Democrat Party, kind of expect that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think this is where we actually like bleed out the rhinos. Like the people that would support removing gun rights are the Republicans in name only. Yeah. Like, it is a fundamental part of our, like, of why I am more Democrat I'm more Republican than I am Democrat. Like, it's one of the core components.
Yep. And
along with the pro-life thing, you know.
And to watch
which is my biggest thing.
Has been pissing me the fuck off too. Like
who?
To watch people defend this has been pissing me the fuck off because I'm just like,
yeah,
dude, like, there's a time and a place. Like, I get it, EA team, right? Like, I get the EA team part. There's a time and a place where you have to draw the line to be like, hey, this is clearly unacceptable, and we do not want this moving forward.
Well, I did also hear that there was an ICE agent like clapping after the dude got shot. That's also not cool.
That's not cool.
Somebody said something about that, and like that I don't endorse whatsoever.
Well, they did go up to the body and ask.
No reason for that.
I don't know if it's just you.
I don't know if that's true.
But
what?
I'm answering Cree Dog.
I don't know. Mine's finally coming through decently.
Yeah, it seems like it is just you. I'm sorry. Yeah, just something in here needs to change. Something in the Republican Party. Someone needs to fucking vocalize that this is not okay. Like, leadership actually has to speak up.
I'm assuming at some point somebody will, I hope, but
like and here's the fucked part, right? Because the midterm elections are coming up. All right. And as things stand, it doesn't seem like the Republican Party has it at hand, right? It does seem like the blue wave is coming. Especially given historically the blue wave always comes, or if like a Republican was in house, the red wave would come, right?
Yeah.
And given all the circumstances we have seen up until now, American citizens being gunned down in the streets, people's affordability isn't down, right? Like I don't think things are cheaper than they were a year ago. I truly don't. I could bear. If anything, things are more expensive when I try to buy shit. So
I'm not having issues with pricing. I like right now the way things are going, I'm okay. I ain't mad. Like this stuff is not what I was going for, but I still don't regret my vote. I don't care what people say.
If your Second Amendment right gets taken away.
I was never really a fan of Trump. My Second Amendment, I still don't feel is at risk at the moment, but
it is talked
I think
about.
some of these people are retarded.
Yeah, it is talked about, and the problem is, like, as soon as you start talking about it, Dave, as soon as the other side, because if you don't think that
once congressmen and stuff come on and start saying that kind of thing, the people that are actually voting make these changes.
Scott Bessent came on to a show and basically said, yeah, when I go to a protest, I don't bring a gun with me. And I'm just like, that's problematic.
That doesn't, no, it's not. It's still good to not bring it, but as long as he's not saying if you do bring it, you're problematic. Or you shouldn't be allowed to bring it. Like, I understand urging people not to bring a gun to a protest. That's okay.
No,
but if you're saying that it should be illegal to bring one, that's problematic.
The point that he was trying to highlight there is if you're showing up to a protest with a gun, you are not going to protest peacefully. That was the point he's highlighting. That's why I'm just like, that's problematic in nature. Just automatically, that should be a disqualification from the Republican ticket, right? Like, you should be out.
Quite possibly, yeah. Fire him. Primary him.
So when we have that happening, because the problem is, fundamentally, let's say Republican leadership starts talking about this and starts trying to pass a law. If you don't think that liberals that are against guns or left-wing people that are against guns would champion that forward, then you're crazy, right? Like, if we start getting both sides agreeing to this fucking talking point, then it's over. Like, gun rights are gone. And that's problematic. Like, fundamentally to us as Americans, that's problematic. I do not want to lose my gun rights.
Agreed.
I think that is an important part of being an American. I don't agree with the arguments that people use for gun rights, because I honestly never think that a militia is going to be very effective against the United States. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Doesn't matter. We still need to have the right to have one.
Yeah, having the right to have one, I think, is the important part for me. And self-defense.
It could be good for defending your neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah, self-defense, obviously something that I believe in. But that's not the necessarily intended purpose. But that's why I'm just like, self-defense I believe in, and there are aspects that I'm just like, I wouldn't agree for the militia part. I just never cared to make that argument, just because I'm just like, ultimately, like, what is gonna be shown there, right?
Yeah. Any other interesting videos? Are we going over any of the streamers or no?
No, we'll just talk about the streamers if we want to talk about them. We have a couple more videos.
Okay.
But we can talk about the streamers right now if we want, because this is the start to talk about, like, immigration strategy moving forward. Because it seems like the Trump administration caved to the situation.
What we need to happen, in my opinion, is we need to start the extradition portion of it. Like, get them out of the country. Stop keeping them all in the detention facilities. We have too much going on there.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think there are better ways of doing this.
We need expedited removal.
Like, if you want a state to cooperate with you, it's like it's got to be symbiotic, right? Where you're both gaining and benefiting. Like, you can't have everything you want. A state's never going to give you that.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? What should they be giving?
Huh? The federal
What
government?
should they be giving?
Yeah, sure. If let's say the Minnesota mayor is just like, we shouldn't just be conducting street sweeps, right? I don't think it's within their. I don't think the federal government should strong arm that. as long as they're cooperating with like actual like ICE investigations, right? Like where you have like you have a specific person that's being targeted, fine, like right, like they'll cooperate there. But if we're just doing street sweeps,
Yeah.
like I
don't think they're doing street sweeps. I don't think that's the intent of any of this.
Well, we have been doing street sweeps. That's probably the problem where they go in, and there's also the administrative.
But that's none of that request that we just read.
Yeah.
None of that request had anything to do with street sweeps. That's
Yeah.
for like
directed.
I
agree. Like that's why I'm saying like those things I could agree to, right? To like at least to a large degree. But
I mean, they're not asking for
a lot.
the other thing.
Yeah. But I'm saying when ICE comes in, they do like the federal government does not get to dictate whether they're going to investigate themselves, and that the state should not be involved in investigations that are conducted by ICE, right? That it should be hand in hand, they're operating together, right?
Sure.
Like I don't think that's a humongous ask.
No.
At least from both parties.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, like I think that the state should cooperate with the federal government, not give them everything they want, right? Obviously, like if like the DHS is like, no, we're gonna investigate ourselves. I don't think the DHS should cave and be like, okay, that sounds good, right? Like I don't think that would be the move.
I get you.
So with that, all that being said, I'm just like, yeah, I just don't see the pragmatic use of the federal like strong arming here. So yeah.
Gotcha.
But let's continue to the next video.
And with Minnesota, where the president now says he's going to, quote, de-escalate a little bit when it comes to his immigration crackdown there. And his border czar, Tom Homan, has just taken over the operation. Our chief correspondent, Matt Gutman, has late-breaking details tonight. Matt, good evening.
Tony, multiple officials, and good evening to you, tell me that the rollback of ICE operations here has begun. That as CBP has put out its first report on Alex Preddy's shooting, including the first detailed timeline of the shooting and the fact that one agent yelled, "He has a gun, he has a gun." CBS News has obtained a memo from...
We're gonna blank the screen for a second, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure it shows the thing, so...
Okay.
I'll let you guys listen.
Customs and Border Protection detailing the shooting of 37-year-old
Meanwhile, we'll get to
Alex
see it.
Preddy. The
Sign up for the
preliminary review
Patreon.
says 2 CBP agents opened fire that day. That during the scrum with Preddy on the ground, a Border Patrol agent yelled, "He's got a gun," multiple times. The memo made no mention of Preddy reaching for the gun in his waistband.
Yeah, it definitely shows that. Oh god, that would have been bad.
Today, President Trump
I
faulted
guess
Preddy
so.
for carrying a gun to the protest.
I didn't. It was very choppy, so I didn't see it. They like
Okay,
seemed to pause it enough and blur enough that it wouldn't have been a problem. But better safe than sorry. I
Yeah.
get it.
It seems like that's the only time they show it. Okay, we can show the rest.
Has swapped commanders in the field. Commander Greg Bovino, the subject of this pot and pan protest outside a Minneapolis hotel, is now out of the state
Pot
along
and
with other
pan
Customs and Border
protest?
Protection agents.
Yeah, they're out there with pots and pans out of the hotel, being like, "Fuck you, Bovino."
Border czar
People are
Tom
retarded.
Homan is in. Homan met with Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor.
Let's go,
Mayor Fry.
Homan.
In a statement, Mayor Fry
Our guy.
said, "I also made it clear that Minneapolis does not and will not enforce federal immigration laws, and that we will remain focused on keeping our neighbors and streets
That's
safe."
pretty stupid.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Does this mean that President Trump and the White House have blinked, that they're backing down?
You know, clearly they made major errors. They crossed the line of morality, of legality, and of decency.
This comes as a judge in Minneapolis has threatened acting ICE
Why is she
director Todd
smiling when
Lyons
she's saying that? That's creepy.
Because they see this as a win, which sucks.
It doesn't matter.
which
The
sucks.
optics of smiling while you're saying
A man died.
they went beyond.
A man died. Like, let's be honest here. A guy
They
died.
went out of the bounds of morality. Fuck off! Like Jesus.
Like, we've been making light of it. To be
That's
fair,
disgusting.
we have been making light of it.
Yes, but I'm not a politician.
court unless he appears in
Like,
person
I ain't
to
running
answer
for
questions
office.
about ICE detention procedures. Despite the de-escalation, immigration
I'm not trying to get
enforcement
anybody to vote
operations
for me for shit.
Wait, this is just some like actual make you
Okay,
feel bad shit.
why are you bringing your child to a protest? You're
No, I think this is just
Crazy.
I think this is just an ICE detention.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that happens.
Yeah. See, sometimes you just have your kid on you when the ICE shows up.
That's sad, but you know you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Same way, if you break the law and have a kid, you still get arrested. Sorry. If you steal from Walmart and you got a kid, you still
And
going
these are
to
the
jail.
videos that you requested. Okay, so I think that's it for the videos that we had for today.
Okay.
But any thoughts, Dave? What? Now that we've looked at it in its entirety, we looked at the timeline. We saw how the Trump administration and leadership
Fire anybody who's coming at my gun rights.
Yeah.
Fire them all.
Yeah. Also, like, it's very hard for me to say that people shouldn't be recording these situations now.
Agreed.
I think at this point, like, they've kind of like solidified that people will be recording them moving forward. Which is the powder keg moment that I was talking about earlier, that if ICE continues to have an issue with people recording them, then we will see more of this violence, right? We will see more circumstances like this. So it's honestly on the onus of ICE at this point.
But at the same time, I am not for just like pulling ICE out and ending their activity. Like they still have a job to do and they need to do it, and we need them to do it. Like laws are laws. You follow the law, you get detained.
Yeah, I just think there's a more tactful way of doing it, and I think that's the operation they're gonna have to like. I think Trump knows it. I think they very much understand now, like, that the situation has become kind of untenable, right? Like any city that ICE shows up now, there's a serious risk, like, because basically what is being told to the general public is if you're carrying and there is some sort of altercation, you are going to get shot, right? Which, as any gun carrying person, unless I brandish that weapon and fucking aim it at you, you better not fucking shoot me, right? Like, because if I intend to use it, that's what's going to happen, right? Like, that's fine. I think we're all okay with if you're gonna fucking do it.
If the gun's pointed at somebody, then you gotta like shoot them. Yep.
Neutralize the target. Neutralize the target. Fine. Right?
The gun was still on the dude's hip and never left. There's no excuse.
That shouldn't even come up in
for what happened.
They're like, and people arguing the legality of the gun. That's fucking stupid. Stop it. Like,
stop it. Get help.
Yeah.
We need those sound bits.
Honestly, I have the Stream Deck set up. I just haven't put anything on it yet.
Nice.
So we will get that moving.
That's one of my favorite.
Christine, I don't know how much longer I can go about this, because I just wanted to cover the aftermath of like the situation.
I mean, if anybody wants to pop in and argue or talk about anything or talk about like takes they've heard from streamers or other people, if any other streamers want to pop in and go off, pop in and pop off, I'll tell you how retarded you are for saying that he shouldn't have been there with a gun.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to fight you on that because you're retarded. And I've heard that at least Grid 1 and Rob Noor had takes similar to that.
Yeah. Where I think they are also, I think Grid was more for the legality signs, like, oh, it's legal. Or it's illegal to have the gun. I'm just like, bro, if you commit a misdemeanor, I don't think that even matters. I don't even know why the fuck we're talking about this. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, this is something that you should be very much against.
You can't see me, but I have my hand up, Nuxus. I always have something dumb to say.
Just not anything here that I'm just like, this is the Kyle Rittenhouse situation again. We're fucking back at the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. We're on We're on the opposite sides this time.
You want to know what's ironic? There is a picture of him on like Facebook that says "Just stay home." Very sad, but very ironic. I saw it on Instagram. It was a picture of that with Alanis Morissette's "Isn't It Ironic" playing. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty sad.
Rob's take is just, oh my god, that's like, ugh.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that to hear Rob's actual take.
He's like, he
because
committed.
maybe
His thing is he committed a felony, so all right, it's okay.
Yeah, Cree saw it.
Because he's going the extreme route that they went, where it's just like a simple touch of this officer. Because like, yes, there's a moment where Alex Peretti touches the officer. I'll grant that every day. But does that
Avius? Oh, he's the perfect person to jump in and say something stupid. Come on, hop in.
What up, Avius? Go into the waiting room if you want to come up.
I'm taking on all challengers.
All challengers, welcome.
Anybody who thinks they can make a good point as to why he shouldn't have had a gun there.
Oh, dude,
right,
we went through the whole thing already. We watched Chrissy Noem, Bavino, Kash Patel. Who else did we watch? Trump's reaction to it. And then I also had to highlight the Rittenhouse fucking comments because I was just like, every fucking conservative was sitting here fucking cheering this shit on.
I still am.
Which I was along with them at that point.
On both sides, I agree. You should bring your guns.
But now I'm on the opposite side of them, and I'm just like, this is stupid. Why the fuck are we doing this?
That's because you must be on the wrong side, sir.
Fuck, dude. I was on their side for the Rittenhouse shit. Now I'm on this side for this shit. For Peretti. And I'm just like, I just don't know anymore, dude.
Yep.
Is there nothing left of the Conservative Party, or has it truly just become MAGA?
I'm telling you, this is like the rhinos. These are the people that don't actually hold real conservative values. They are just LARPing.
But like here's the thing. Like, I agree with, like, if this guy is getting some of the stuff you want done, right? But like,
he is, though.
Like,
do you really think he isn't? Like, you think we think he isn't?
Well, like, affordability hasn't really gone down.
It has.
Oh, I would like to see where that.
I mean, it's not changing more, but it did, like,
it didn't
very
go down.
early.
It didn't go down.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. By every
my eggs, my gas are both lower.
Depending on what area you live in.
Well, that's where he was focusing, was my area. He doesn't give a fuck about your area. You ain't voting for him. What the fuck's he gonna gain in your area? There's no way anybody in your area is gonna vote for Trump.
Well, fuck, dude.
You know where you know what area is back and forth?
I'm sorry.
Ohio.
I'm sorry. Is he the president of Republicans, or is he the president of the United States?
You know what? I don't care. I'm voting for my area's interest. What does more for where I live? And things are improving here. Oh no, Avius is on the other side. Let's go.
Avius is on the anti-gun rights side. Ugh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He doesn't think ICE is justified.
I'm not surprised though, because Avius always has a retarded take on things.
That's not fair. Okay, like I don't think that they were justified as a good qualifier. Okay, like I just don't agree with the gun thing, because the gun thing is just one of those things.
How is Avius always on the wrong side of everything? He's probably pro Hassan too.
He's probably he's not 100% on the side. It's just more.
He's probably a Hassan Piker fan. That's got to be it. How to always be wrong.
Dave, it seems
what's
like
Hassan say?
We don't have a lot of challengers. No one wants to really go at it. So,
We're
any housekeeping we got to do? Anything we?
No, I'm chill.
I did want to say this. We will be doing more politics moving forward. I tried to stay out of it for the longest time just because it was one mess after another, and I got exhausted. I truly felt exhausted. But
We'll be bringing you nuanced takes.
Does that mean we are going to stop slop? Absolutely not. Okay. When we have good slop, we will bring you good slop. Slop is just kind
In
of
fact, there's a good possibility that on Thursday, in true cunt fashion, we may be putting all the cards on the table.
maybe. Maybe. Keep a lookout on that. True.
Keep
You
an
might
eye
like
out.
it. You might like it.
It could be fun. It could be juicy.
But yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it. Politics I might be getting back into the Yu-Gi-Oh content. Don't know. Still debating that one. But
Okay.
Other than that, anything else you want to say to the crowd, Dave?
I missed the shocking comment. I apologize. That was pretty good. My bad, Cree. I should have caught that joke. I had skipped over it in chat. Well played.
Dave,
Shocking.
Dave,
What?
anything else?
That was it. I was addressing our chatters,
Okay.
sir.
Sir,
fuck off.
Calm down. All right. With that, we will be seeing you maybe Thursday, but definitely next Tuesday. I will catch all of you later.
Bye.
Bye. Make it so heroes. Make it so heroes. Make it so heroes.